Heyo.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome to Inappropriate Bar Talk. My name's Chris.
And I'm fucking Tony.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey.
If you haven't joined us before, we're live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Hawaiian time. You can catch us on Twitter. No, you can't. You can catch us on fucking
No, you
Twitch,
can't.
Mixer, YouTube, and Facebook Live. I'll never get that intro right.
It happens, bro. It happens.
Welcome to the show, guys. We got a lot of fun topics to talk about this week. We got the NFL season starting this week. We have a couple Donald Trump stories that hit the news this week. Colin Kaepernick making his way back into the news again with a Nike debate. Stand or sit, stand or kneel. Which way do you lean? We also got a couple other random stories. Sacha Baron Cohen's getting sued for his new documentary he's been putting out on HBO. Eminem comes out with a new CD this week.
Ooh.
Also, a Google hitting over $1 trillion in
That's
value
crazy,
this
dude.
week.
That is fucking crazy.
And lawyer for homeless man says $400,000 raised to help him on a GoFundMe campaign.
Disappears.
Is gone.
Disappears. Poof.
The mystery.
Poof. So I was just bragging to Chris how good I was at this audio stuff, and then now it's all being goofy.
I know. You're like, I got this shit handled, man. I hope people can hear us right now.
Yeah. Can you guys hear us out there?
I should
Can we hear
probably
us?
check
Yeah,
the
let's double
audio,
check.
Yeah.
It says we're getting audio. I hope we got audio.
Do we have audio?
I think we do. I think we do. I hope we got audio.
Okay.
Oh, you know what it... I think I know what it was. I
What's
think
that?
I know what it was, bro.
What was that?
I got this unmuted. I got to mute this again.
Oh,
no,
well, you've been
no, mute.
switching up all your settings.
Yeah, dude. I've been doing like all kinds of crazy shit, and it's like... I don't know.
Because you've been
doing
gaming stream.
Dude, I game streamed for like 9 hours yesterday.
You were relentless yesterday playing that new game Scum.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking time. It's a time hole for sure, dude.
Yeah.
That game just like sucks all my time in.
Those games kind of worry me a little bit because I'm like,
It's dangerous.
I'll
dude.
get the same way. I'll be like, all of a sudden I'll pull an all-nighter and realize it's 6 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, what the fuck am I still doing?
Yeah,
up?
what did I just do to myself? But I think we're getting audio. It sounded like we were getting audio, right?
Yeah, we're
Okay,
good.
okay.
We're good. It's coming through.
I'm wondering if maybe just the intro. I have to adjust that later. But
Yeah. So if you're joining us, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show.
yeah, man. What's the beer? What are we tasting tonight, Chris?
Tonight we're going to be tasting a beer.
Wait. Speaking of which, let's start this off.
Oh,
right.
yeah. We do.
What are we doing, dude?
Cheers, man.
Hold on. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo!
Cheers, guys. Cheers to all you out there. You do have the Streamlabs up for our counts, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We got everything. We got Streamlabs going. Von Reaper was a follower, I think, after, like, when I was off. This guy jumped on. So thank you for the follow, bro.
Yeah, he was watching you stream games every now and then too, right?
I think so. I don't know. Sometimes I get so into the game, like, I forget to look at the chat. Sometimes I got to do that more
So
often.
what is this game Scum all about that you've been playing?
So it's like a survival game, and it's like
I've heard of it. by the way. I'm just-
open world. Basically, it's like, dude, just survive in the wild.
Yeah.
And like you can run into like these bases and loot them up, and like
you can run into zombies,
you can make
right?
a little
and
camp. Yeah,
robots.
there's zombies, and there's like these big fucking mech guards for the bases and shit, but they're fucking stupid. You just run right past them.
But like the key is you got to learn how to craft survival items.
Yeah, and like
basically,
literally
right?
hunt and like all this kind of shit, dude. Yeah, definitely.
It's a survival game.
It's definitely funner with friends to play with and like go on little excursions.
Yeah.
But like I was playing it by myself, and like I could see why people were like, dude, Frank was like, this is fucking boring, like watching me stream it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I get that, but you know, it is what it is.
I mean, when you're in the game, it's always a different type of experience.
I like,
right?
I'm in the
But-
zone, like I'm trying to build a fort and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like build a little axe to like chop wood.
I mean, I'm optimistic, but it's not like the best game for streaming like by yourself. But
Right.
So I watched the stream a little bit last night with you on there, and then
Yeah.
I watched you play by yourself, and I'm kind of like, whatever. I'm just kind of watching it because I just wanted something on in the background while I was doing stuff at work, and then
Right.
and then Sean and Raph jumped on, and then it got a little more interesting because you
Yeah.
guys are actually having dialogue with each other.
Yeah, and I was like teaching him how to
looting
do shit.
together, and
yeah.
it became like like a class on survival.
Yeah,
almost.
it's Tony's survival.
Tony's survival class.
Survival course. Yeah.
So you like the game though? You like Scum?
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Now that I'm kind of catching on, like I got like. Before I was just running into bases and try to grab whatever I could and like throw it on my persons and keep running around with it. Like now that I figured out you can make like a little home base and like store shit there.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot easier to do shit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm dying to try it out.
It's
I know
fun,
it's
man.
in the
It's
early
it's
access
a fun
stage
game.
still, and then they wiped the servers, I guess, today too for update they had to do. Or
Well, you
whatever to
figure
fix.
it's an early release game, so they're gonna keep wiping shit out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like double audio. Is that me?
Do you?
Hold
I
on.
don't know.
I'm gonna disable my computer speakers, just to be safe. Let's see.
Welcome, guys. 3 of you on
Check.
Twitch. Hi.
Hey,
How's it going?
how's it going, everybody? We got 5 total viewers, so I don't know where the other ones are. Probably Facebook. Thank you for watching, guys. Please feel free to bust in the chat, man. We
Yeah,
wanna
that's
talk to the
what
people.
the show's all about. Feel free to chime in.
We got some interesting. Yeah, we got Danny, my brother, and we got your wife here watching. So
Oh.
what's up, people?
Hey, what's up, creepsters?
Creepsters. We got some interesting topics. Chris, run over the topics again for tonight's show.
So tonight's show, we're going to be obviously talking about the new Colin Kaepernick Nike ad that came out this week. Eminem comes out with a new CD. We got Amazon hitting $1 trillion in value. We also got talking about a homeless man who's suing for $400,000 raised on GoFundMe from a different couple. Roy Moore is suing Sacha Baron Cohen for $95 million because of his Who is America show. And there was some big news that just came out like a couple hours before the show,
Mo?
3 or 4 hours before the show, where somebody inside Trump's administration obviously released information on how
they're fucking working against him on the inside.
Or doing things on the side.
And well, we'll get into it more. But yeah, I got shit to say, people. So stick around.
So it's gonna be a Tony type of episode.
Yeah.
Throwing down the rim shots.
Oh man, I'm triggered already.
Where's that triggered sound effect? Okay, we're gonna work on these.
Okay. So let's get on. Let's start somewhere easy.
Okay.
What are you gonna start with? Let's start with the easy one. Let's start with Amazon being worth $1 trillion.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so this week Amazon hits $1 trillion in value following Apple, who was the first one to do it. But
so there's only 2 companies that are valued at $1 trillion, and that's Apple and Amazon.
Yeah. So Amazon hit it this
crazy.
week. Now Amazon has become the second American company to cross that once unimaginable line. Its shares rose as high as $2,050.50 on Tuesday morning, pushing it over $1 trillion in value.
That's crazy.
Before immediately
that's so much
falling
money.
back and then ending the day at $2,039. Just below the $1 trillion.
I wish I would have bought some of that
threshold.
stock a while back.
Yeah, so I mean, they have stores set up everywhere in the world.
They
do
own
their
a little bit of
things.
everything,
yeah,
man.
And their hands are in every little
Smart.
piece of the pot.
They're literally they're gonna put places like Walmart and Target out of business
Yeah,
because they are now the ultimate big box store. You can buy everything from them and just get it delivered to your doorstep. It's fucking crazy.
that's the convenience thing, right? And it's free to get.
And
it
dude,
delivered.
it's free. Hi Diane, how's it going? But yeah, dude, it's free. It's fucking
I
crazy.
mean, we pay for Amazon Prime, but
yeah, but for $120 a year, if I get groceries twice a week delivered to my house for free,
yeah,
that's fucking worth it. You
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah, the grocery thing, I hope they work out because that would be huge if they could deliver groceries.
That's gonna be hard in Hawaii, but
I mean,
you know they'll do their best, I'm sure. But
they owned Whole Foods, and I'm wondering if that's probably part of it. Is that you can get shit from Whole Foods probably through them, or just the convenience of it coming to your door. You can get a lot of things in Hawaii. Shipping's like a big fucking deal.
Fuck yeah,
too.
dude! Everything
it's so
costs
fucking
money.
expensive.
Dude, I'm looking at a new desk and like a gaming chair because I've
Yeah.
been sitting. The shit I'm using sucks.
Yeah,
And dude, I can get that.
that's my phone.
Oh, I can get that shit shipped right to my door, no shipping, through Amazon Prime, and that's a desk and a chair. That's awesome. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I didn't buy anything yet because I'm broke as fuck right now.
Right.
But
Whereas
anyway.
you got it from a conventional site, it's usually like it goes by weight.
Well,
so
not
the
only
heavier
that, if I was to
something
go
is-
and buy it at like Walmart or Office Depot, I'd be paying twice as much.
yeah, you'd be paying twice as much.
Yeah.
So sometimes even if you got to pay the shipping, it's still worth it. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. So we're super international now. I don't know if you know this.
Why?
We got viewers in the Philippines. We got viewers in the UK.
Yeah.
We got viewers in the US. We got viewers all across the globe.
New Zealand.
New Zealand,
Yeah.
dude. We're worldwide, bro.
Pretty soon Australia and even. Nah, I don't know. Maybe.
Next up, China. We're breaking into the internet.
UQ, watch out.
Yeah. So okay, so Amazon's worth of what? $1 trillion, dude. What? That's what 1,000 billion.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's crazy. That's crazy money.
It's. Yeah, so in the beginning, Amazon was an exciting way to shop for books online. Then it was an exciting way to read Kindle ebooks, an exciting new way to publish, exciting new way to power the internet, exciting new way for deliveries, exciting.
Dude, they literally
new way to
went
make
from
your
bookstore
house a new
to
high-tech
fucking.
outpost.
Dude, their business model just evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To this point where they're just like, we're gonna just do everything. That's crazy.
It's like, why not? It says Amazon captures 49 cents of every e-commerce dollar in the United States.
Damn, that's almost half the money in the U.S.
Yeah, so
through
every
internet.
Yeah, everything you buy online,
Yeah.
they're 49% of all the purchases made.
49%.
49. Well, 49%, 49 cents on the dollar. So they're
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I
not,
get what you're
but
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, 49 cents on the dollar is 49%.
yeah,
That's crazy. So half of all internet money goes to Amazon.
pretty much.
Wow.
Everything you buy online.
That's through including eBay and
Yeah, I guess it's just
I wonder
based
if
on
eBay
its
counts because
overall.
you're kind of buying like peer to peer. I wonder if
Yeah.
that counts.
I mean, it should. I think because you can still
Through
buy stuff.
PayPal
New.
and
You can
shit,
buy
yeah.
stuff new off eBay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Crazy.
yeah.
dude. I
Basically,
don't know.
you go. Amazon is where you go half the time to find everything you need.
Yeah.
Off
Like
the
if I
internet.
want to find something, first thing I do is search it on Amazon, see how
Yeah.
much it is.
I mean,
They
I
have
think that's like
everything.
an impulse now.
They have
You
fucking
just-
everything.
Yeah, you're like, does Amazon have it?
Dude, sometimes that's dangerous because I'll get like stoned at night and I'll be like, oh, dude, I could really use it. And I start looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's not that much. And the next thing I know, like I got a bunch of fucking orders showing up in my door. Like,
Yeah,
oh, man, I forgot I spent all this money.
I know. All of a sudden, you got shit showing up in your door, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I forgot that order."
Yeah, I forgot I ordered that. Shit. I just ordered this other
That's
thing.
bad. Like that's how crazy it is. Like, you can go when you get bored and you want to go window shopping. Like Amazon's right there. You don't have to go to a mall anymore.
I don't
You
got to
don't
get
have
in my
to-
car.
You don't have to deal with fucking people and checkout lines and fucking
I
all
love
that
that.
shit.
No, I love that. Like, I hate going to the store.
I hate going to the mall. I've always hated going to the mall. Like, honestly, I never liked going
The
to the mall
last
since
time-
the 6th grade.
Dude, we used to go all the time. What are you talking about? Go
I'm
to, like,
saying
Fun
since
Factory.
the 6th grade.
Yeah.
That's or the 8th grade maybe. That's the last time. 8th
Yeah,
or
yeah,
9th
yeah.
grade, right?
So, dude,
But
that's where you had to go meet chicks back in the day.
that's true.
You go meet
That-
them at the mall.
But that's it, man. Like
That's it. The only
after
reason I
that,
went.
after that, you're like, fuck. You got to go to the mall usually for Christmas, maybe to find something.
Oh,
you
that's the
can't find
worst.
online.
That is the worst, dude. That's
But-
why. That's one of the reasons I love Amazon. It's like Christmas time.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. I'm done Christmas shopping by Thanksgiving. Like,
The only
my
thing
shit
I
will
g-
be shipped in. I'm good.
The only time I go to the mall is when I have like something very specific in mind that I need, and
Yeah,
I need it like
yeah.
I need it today,
Or if
I
I'm
need
going
it
like
soon.
if I'm going toy hunting.
Like the last time we went to the mall was to get clothes for a wedding, like because I needed
Because
it
he
short
needed
notice.
them because
But
he's a fucking
also-
bad dresser, as
Yeah.
Aunt said.
That's true. But also, I needed to find out if things fit. I think that's the biggest thing too.
Yeah, certain clothes, like clothes, I gotta go try.
For
on.
bigger guys like us, it's like you kind of got to try stuff on
Yeah.
before you buy it
Yeah.
because we're not a standard size. You're tall and
we're big.
I'm big and kind of tall, but but yeah, I mean, yeah, like
Wait, what?
finding clothes is the hardest thing. Finding clothes is the hardest thing.
Yeah,
so
it
that's
is,
the only
it
thing I
is.
really go to the mall for, and that's if it's like kind of a last resort kind of thing.
Dude, sometimes if I just need like clothes for like something quick, like I just need like a button-down shirt. Fuck it, I'll go to Walmart, Target. Like
I'll go to Ross, yeah, or something
fuck
like
it,
that.
dude. $10, I don't
If
give a
I
shit.
need like a
I'm
quick
using it
pair of running
once.
shoes
Yeah, I'm using-
or like fucking basketball shorts, I'll just go to Ross or Walmart.
Yeah, fuck it.
But
But Amazon,
yeah.
fuck, bro.
But everything else, pretty much Amazon.
Smart guys.
Yeah.
Started in a garage.
It's crazy.
Started in a garage.
Selling fucking books.
Used books.
Yeah.
Is where they started too. Crazy. Amazon. Where'd they get the name?
I don't know.
I wonder where they get that. I don't know.
Can Wikipedia that?
I'm sure you could. Oh, you know, I did forget one thing tonight on the startup. But I'll get that going right now. Boop.
What did you do?
What'd you do? It's currently 8:17 p.m.
Ah. Forgot the clock.
What? I have sexy shirt, same like you, Tony. Okay, thanks.
I have sexy shirt, same like you, Tony.
Apparently my shirt is sexy. What can I say? Okay.
What's going
I don't
on?
know, dude. I'm losing my shit.
Swing, swing.
It's only 8:18. Could it be?
Do you know where your kids are?
Yeah. Okay. Chris is looking up currently why they named it Amazon and what the significance behind the name of Amazon. Chris should have known this already. He knew I was going to ask it. You knew, Chris.
I don't know.
You knew.
I don't know.
Come on, Chris, we're waiting.
Jeff Bezos incorporated the company as Cadabra in July 1994. Instead went online. This is the worst English, and I don't think I'm reading English.
You got to go to the English version of Wikipedia, Chris.
Well, Amazons refer to a mythical tribe of women warriors, and I don't know, was it started by women?
No, it was just... Okay, you lost me, Chris. You lost me.
I mean, I know Jeff Bezos was...
Fuck you.
Yeah,
All right, moving on.
I don't know.
What's another quick one we can touch on?
We can talk about the homeless guy who got gypped out of the...
Oh, yeah. Well, you want to... Go ahead. Read us the story, Chris.
Okay, well, I'm not all on the homeless guy's side just yet, because the facts still need to come out, okay?
All right, well, you tell us the story first. Tell us the story.
All right. When the feel-good story about a chance encounter between Johnny Bobbitt and Kate McClure that changed both their lives... Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, that is a reference to something else.
Okay, so basically this lady ran out of gas.
Right. Okay, Bobbitt and McClure crossed paths.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
They crossed paths in October 2017 when McClure ran out of gas on the Interstate 95. So Bobbitt's the homeless guy, and McClure is the lady who started this GoFundMe project.
Right.
So using his last $20, Bobbitt, who was a homeless at the time, offered help. He walked to a gas station, and apparently she was in like this dangerous neighborhood, and she didn't want to get out of her car. So he told her, "Stay put. I'll go get you gas," and got gas with his last $20, and safely got McClure back on her way home to New Jersey. In gratitude, McClure and Mark D'Amico, her boyfriend, launched a GoFundMe campaign that went viral and received more than 114,000 donations, totaling $402,706. So they got amassed all this money off the GoFundMe, and the whole point of getting this GoFundMe was to like buy the guy a home to live in. It was to buy him like the one car he wanted and give him enough money.
A 1999 Ford Ranger was his dream.
Was
car.
his dream car? Yeah. And then they wanted to have enough money left over for like living at least like 3 months.
Well, I guess what I was reading is what they wanted to do was to take some of that money, buy him his car, and then they were gonna put half of it in a trust to where he would get like a salary monthly.
Right.
And then another half they were gonna have a financial advisor invest so that he had some kind of retirement. Ultimately, the goal was to be able to buy him a piece of land that he can build a cabin and live on, and that was the ultimate goal. But apparently, that's not what happened, is it, Chris?
It's not what happened.
So what ended up happening?
So what ended up happening is basically this homeless guy got back in. He spent, I think it was 30. They gave him 25,000 cash.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Right off the bat.
Put it in an account.
And he had full access to that, and they said pretty much he spent all that money in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they said
on
like
drugs.
in 13 days he blew it on drugs. But later in the report, it also says he gave money to relatives.
Right, and he also gave money to relatives. So he basically blew that $25,000 in
like
13
weeks.
days.
Right,
in 2 weeks, yeah. And so knowing that the couple, knowing that he got back into drugs, said, okay, we're going to withhold this money until you go through rehab and you get off the drugs, and we're going to hold on to it so it doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
And
so where is it?
So now the lawyer is suing them for the $400,000 because apparently this money is missing.
Poof, gone missing.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, they did a little interview on a daytime show. I forget which one it was, and they said they have all the money accounted for. They're claiming they have all the money accounted for,
Right.
minus, I think the husband spent like.
They said they bought him like a little
$500
camper or something.
Yeah. So they bought him a little camper trailer.
Yeah, to live in. What
And,
beer are we drinking? Yvonne, Kansas City. Right now I'm drinking Newcastle. Chris is drinking, I believe, Big Wave.
Castaway IPA. But
By
we're going to
Kona
be
Brewing.
trying a
But
beer.
Tonight we're drinking for our beer tasting after this story is the Firewalker Luponic Distortion number 10.
That's right.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. We'll have a full breakdown and review.
Yeah, stick around for the...
So yeah, basically...
Tell her, stick around for the beer tasting. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
No, you're good. So Bobbitt's lawyer, Chris Fallon, argues that the couple have failed to deliver on any of their promises. They didn't buy Bobbitt a house. They bought him a trailer, registered it under McClure's name, and parked it in front on her family's land. They didn't buy Bobbitt's dream car. They bought him a different used car, also registered under McClure's name.
What's up, brother?
Its since is broken down. The salary never materialized, neither did the investments, and now the money is apparently gone.
Yeah.
Fallon said he learned of the dried-up account with a call of the couple's lawyer on Tuesday. He described Bobbitt as completely devastated by the revelation. In an interview with CNN, Fallon said that by his accounting, there should be close to another $300,000 available to Johnny. So the homeless guy is suing this lady, asking where the money is that all these people raised for him. And I'm sure a lot of people who contributed to the
Are questioning,
campaign
asking the same question.
Are asking the same question.
Yeah. So, my thing is this: if they can't account for the money, I think the money, first of all, should just go back to the people that donated it.
Right.
Whatever's left. But obviously, they can't refund everybody's money, so who gets stiffed on that bill? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I was reading at the end of the article is that GoFundMe said they will guarantee the money. Did you read that part?
No. Oh yeah. Yeah.
GoFundMe is basically saying we'll
give them the
because
money.
you know I see where they're coming from too, because basically it's like, dude, where they're getting a bad name. Hey, Yvonne, Kansas City, thank you very
Thanks
much.
for the follow
We
or the
appreciate
subscription.
That. Yeah,
on YouTube.
Awesome. We appreciate that shit, man. But yeah, so that's pretty awesome that GoFundMe is gonna cover it if they can't come to some terms and find that money.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, basically, it sounds what it sounds to me. What happened was these people tried to do a good thing. This guy probably was still battling some demons. They blew through some cash. They freaked out and said, fuck it, we're just gonna keep this money.
Yeah.
Because apparently they have a brand new BMW. They just
Right.
went to on a trip to Vegas.
Yeah. When you go on a trip to
It
Vegas
doesn't
with
look-
that much money,
Yeah,
extra money just
it
sitting
doesn't
around,
look like you guys didn't make yourselves look right. You know what I mean? You guys set yourself up. Even if you guys did buy it on your own funds and shit, like you guys shouldn't have bought a new car knowing what you guys were going through at that point. Like maybe let's hold off until this cools over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So they were on the Megyn Kelly show, Megyn Kelly Today, and then that's when they got home. They got interviewed.
Yeah.
And at that point, they said, "Hey, we have all the money. It can all be accounted for. We'll have someone look at it." So I don't know how deep this article went into the story. It just came out yesterday, so I think they.
I was hearing about this. I was hearing about this like a couple weeks ago.
But this is a new thing, so.
But I think what it is GoFundMe's like, dude, we're gonna cover this because there's already been a couple situations where this has happened, and I think they're like, dude, we're gonna get a bad rap. People are gonna stop using this and get scared of using our service.
Yeah.
If these things keep happening, so. I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to
put
regulations.
They're going to
putting
go after them too, probably. GoFundMe's probably going to go after the couple too.
But what they're probably going to do is start making regulations where, like, if you're going to ask for donations, you probably got to set up like some kind of nonprofit as a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
Because if not, dude, I mean, I've seen dumb shit like people asking for like, oh, donate money so I can
for my tit implants.
Yeah, shit like that. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Get a job, fuckers. But hey, Yvonne, Kansas City, appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Cheers to you.
Thank you for the cheers. Yeah, you've watched iDubbbz, right? I've showed you iDubbbz before. Right?
I think you showed me that. Yeah.
But he used to do a thing on like these bogus GoFundMe campaigns. Like he used to make videos about these people who would like have the most ridiculous products, or like this like pay for my butt implant so I can do a dissertation for my college class.
What?
Like it was like, so I don't know what she was going for. I forget what the thing was, but it was like basically pay for my butt implants and I'll write my dissertation like pertaining to the procedure and the emotions I'm going through. And
so she was trying to make like her surgery was research?
Her story, yeah, and like her research. And like,
go get your own butt implants.
I know.
Fuck it. Just eat some fucking
miraculously,
ice
she
cream.
raised like $100 out of like the 10,000 she was asking. I don't even know how she got that much.
$100?
She actually raised $100.
That's funny, dude.
But I'm guessing she's got some friends who really like her who were just like, okay, we'll just
one friend like,
we'll just throw in $20.
Here's a quarter of a cheek. Not even.
But yeah, there's some really weird ones out there, and yeah. I don't know how he was good at finding them too, because like I've tried to go through GoFundMe just for shits and giggles, just to find like the shittiest donation like causes you could find, but they're really hard to find. They don't make them easy to find.
I don't know. It depends. I guess you got to kind of read the stories.
You got to dig,
yeah,
because like all the ones that they post on their front pages and stuff, obviously those are like promoted ones that are like for good causes and things like that. But if you want to find the like really shitty ones, you gotta like fucking dig. You gotta dig to find these fucking things.
Oh man, I don't know, dude. I've seen some, and you know it. So like, I had a couple friends like had like medical issues, and they put a GoFundMe page up like help me out with my medical bills and stuff like that. The problem is, you gotta really look at who you are as a person before you put that up. Because if you're a fucking goofball and like a clown and you're always fucking around, people aren't.
People might not take you seriously.
Some of my friends had serious medical conditions, and I thought they were just fucking trying to scam some motherfuckers. I was like, I ain't giving this motherfucker a dime. Sorry, bro. And it turned out, unfortunately, they actually did have some medical issues that they had to get taken care of. So, but they're all good. I'm happy that they're all good. But I mean, like, you never know.
I mean, like sometimes, like you have to like.
I wouldn't put. You have to put something
that makes it like, even though it may be uncomfortable to put up like personal like prognoses and stuff of yourself, it's almost like a required thing, because like you're right. You don't know who's fucking lying about
dude.
They have cancer, or like there are fucked up enough people who just say like I have cancer, or I need
people
money for
want
treatment.
attention and shit, or want to scam you. Yeah. I've known people that say, "Oh yeah."
I would like to think there are more good people than obviously. I think there are more good people than bad in these situations, but they're out there. There's people who fucking scam people out of money on these things all the time.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know if it's everywhere, but in Hawaii, I've noticed more and more people are like, "Oh, I'm selling like patelis for a fundraiser," and then, like come to find out, like for a fundraiser, you're just going to Vegas, motherfucker.
I know,
fuck
right?
you. I mean, at least they're selling something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're making food and selling it, but like. Come on, man. Like, don't say so. You think fundraisers like, okay, it's for kids' school or like sporting events. Like, nah, it's for you to go to Vegas. Fuck you. So you can go see Cirque du Soleil. Fuck you.
And it sucks when they put their kids out there. Like, it makes you feel even worse. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes, like, I've seen some weird ones where I'm like, just sitting at a gas station kind of thing, like filling up my gas, and like a little kid will come up with some kind of like glass trinket or something. And they'll be like, can you? Do you want to help our church by spending $20 for one of these like things?
It's like a
hey,
protection charm.
why are you at a gas station? And B, why don't I see your fucking parents anywhere? And that's the weirdest thing when the kids walk up by themselves. Like, alone.
Like, I could just abduct you.
Yeah, I'm like, not that. It's just like, who lets their kid do that?
I'll take you and the charm.
Who lets their kid go up to random strangers and ask for money?
Yeah, it's sketchy nowadays, dude.
I'm like, at least most of like these kids, I know they're legit when their parents are like standing behind them and they're just like, go ahead, blah, blah, blah. At least they're standing there watching them. But if I just see two random kids walk up to me, I'm like,
there is one fundraiser that I always look forward to.
What's that?
It's fucking Girl Scout cookie season.
Yeah.
I love that shit, dude. Girl Scout cookies, I love them shits.
I mean, I know. Like, I get suckered for that like half the time.
Dude, all the time. I'm always whenever it's Girl Scout cookie season, there's always Thin Mints in my house.
Do they take credit cards now?
I'm sure they do.
Like, they'd be smart if they did, because I'm like, that's the one,
I'm
like,
sure they
cop
got
out
Venmo
sometimes.
or
It's
some
just like,
shit.
literally, I don't ever really carry cash on myself.
Yeah, I
so
never
it's
do.
like, when I come across, I'm like, oh, do you guys, I'm like, I don't have any cash. And if they were like, oh, we take Visa now, I'd be like, oh, fuck.
You little bitches. You cunning.
It wouldn't. I mean, it's that easy
Entrepreneurial
to
little
do.
bitches.
I mean, all you need is a Square reader you can plug into your phone,
no
and
shit.
you can
I
do
know,
that
I
shit.
know.
Like, I did it for my garage sale. I actually accepted
Really?
credit cards in my garage sale.
That's
yeah.
funny.
And it's like a 25-cent charge per transaction.
Yeah, and what are you selling? What is it like? Oh, 50 cents and 25
well, a lot of
cents
people
goes to
don't.
fucking.
A lot of people don't have cash for some reason. They don't, or they only have like a limited amount of cash. They like plan on only spending so much.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What
like,
the fuck were you selling? And like, how much was the shit at your fucking garage sale where you got to use a credit card?
I
Like
mean,
most shit's like $1, right?
Yeah, most of it's like $1. But
so like what? You only get 75 cents.
Sometimes
for
people
$1?
would pick up like 20 or 30 bucks worth of stuff, and then they would just be like, "Oh, I don't have the cash for this though," and I'm like, "You take credit cards?"
You got a sign at your garage sale that says we
Yep.
take credit cards.
Yeah.
Now that's entrepreneurial.
Yeah, I put the credit card thing right on the front part of my garage.
Thin
like,
Mints
I
are
had,
the
like
best.
we accept credit cards, 25-cent transaction fee.
That's funny. Oh, so
And-
you were charging the extra 25 cents?
Yeah, I'm not paying for the transaction
That's what I was
fee.
saying. Like if people
It's
were buying stuff
convenience.
for $1, you're losing the 25 cents.
It's
to
a
the...
convenience charge. Yeah,
That's
exactly. So like, I'm not paying it.
That's funny,
So,
Chris.
but it
The
worked.
only
dude.
motherfucker accepting credit cards at garage sales.
I was smart, man. I had one of those Square readers. It was easy as shit, dude. You can accept credit cards anywhere you go, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just the transaction fees. are
And
a
what, it
little
just goes
expensive.
into your PayPal?
Yep. Yeah, we go directly into my PayPal. Yeah.
Huh,
It's
funny.
cool, man.
You have a lot of things set up going directly into your PayPal.
That I do. That I do.
Well, wait, does Amazon own PayPal too? Probably.
Oh,
Probably.
I think they're owned by eBay, right?
PayPal?
Did
Oh,
PayPal
yeah,
buy
sounds about
eBay?
right. Speaking of fundraisers, Amazon is raising money for school. He's looking for people to pledge money per lap, Uncle Chris. Oh, that's all you, Uncle Chris.
Oh yeah. Does he? I don't have any cash on me.
Does he take Visa? Oh shit. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Inappropriate Bar Talks. Beer tasting. I don't know why we're not hearing our. I don't know why we're not
Change
hearing.
all your audio settings. So
Yeah.
okay, real quick.
Yes.
Remember I was telling you I was having problems with my phone?
Yes.
Like I'm getting text messages you sent.
Yeah,
from,
really
like,
late, you said.
long time ago. Like, and the funny thing is they show up in order. So like they show up, like they won't show up at the time they pop up, but they'll show up in the order they were supposed to be received. So they'll pop into the middle of the message. So I'll get these text message notifications and I'll go in here and I'll be like, the conversation didn't change. The last thing that was said is still the same. It pops it back into the middle part
later.
of the conversation.
Oh, that's weird.
So it's like really tripping me out. I've never seen anything do that before.
That is weird.
So I think I am going through a wormhole with this.
Dude,
phone. I
you're
don't know
in a
what's going
time
on,
warp,
dude.
bro. You're like
It's
Donnie
fucking
Darko.
weird.
You just fucking.
Fucking Illuminati. The
Chemicals
Illuminati
are-
are here.
Chemicals in the water is making the frogs gay.
They're making the frogs gay.
All right, Chris, tell us about get our beer that we're gonna taste. The Firewalker.
I'm getting the goddamn beer.
There he is. Firestone Walker Luponic Distortion number 10 is what we will be drinking tonight, folks. Luponic Distortion number 10. All right, there we go. Luponic Distortion number 10. It's IPA series. Oh, it's IPA series number 10. It's supposed to taste like creamsicle, peach ring, and I can't read that. Ruby grapefruit. Oh, there we go. Chris's big old mittens in the way. There you go. All right, so it's an IPA. I've had Firestone beers before. They've always been pretty good. Pretty good. Chris, tell us about this beer.
Well, I've had this beer before. It tastes very good. Sorry, that's terrible. That's terrible. All right. Did you do the luponic distortion echo?
I did. Luponic distortion, number 10.
It kind of has that vibe to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Where did it go? Oh, here.
I don't know, dude. You're in charge of these things.
All right, so this is the luponic distortion.
All right, thank you.
Hey.
She shared us on Facebook. Thank you
man.
very much.
All right,
Chris.
so we have our little beer tasting sheets. If you want to follow along with us,
Yeah, you can go to Beerology.
you can go to beerology.com.
Beerology.ca.
Yeah, beerology.ca.
And you can download these sheets too,
can
so when
download
you
these
taste
sheets.
beers, you can kind of rate them as well.
And you can
It's a good little outline how to taste beers and what to look for.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I got to start putting up these beers on Instagram a little bit soon. Follow our Instagram at Inappropriate Bar Talk and
Yes.
on Twitter at IBT Podcast. And I'll start posting these beers earlier in the week so you can get them and you can drink
Taste
them on
along
the
with
show.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can give
This
us
is
your
gonna be. I have a
opinions on
feeling
the
this
beer.
is gonna be a very interesting beer. It seems like there's a lot of flavors they threw. At
Yeah,
us
so
here.
it says it's giving hints of mango creamsicle, peach ring, and ruby grapefruit.
Mango creamsicle. I'm assuming that's like a mango version of an orange creamsicle.
Yeah, I'm guessing
I haven't had one of those.
Yeah.
But
So the
I
base
would.
beer of Luponic Distortion, this is the number 10 release, by the way. They do a series of this every year, so this is the 10th one.
10th year. So they're just trying to refine it. This is like a test.
So they
Are we
switch it
guinea
up.
pigs?
They switch it up
Oh,
completely.
so they just every year is like a different one.
Different fruit or different
Ah, I
hops
see, I
or
see, I
whatever.
see. Okay.
The base beer Luponic Distortion is always the same, but each new release features a different hop blend built around an emerging and experimental cultivars, all designed to showcase
a
the
cult?
possibilities. The Illuminati. All designed
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
to showcase the possibilities of pure hop aromas and flavors. So there are actually no fruits in this.
just
It's
gummy
just
bears.
The combination, the lead hops in number 10 include cultivars from the Pacific Northwest, Germany, and Australia, providing distinct qualities of mango creamsicle, peach ring, and ruby grapefruit.
It's gonna be interesting. Let's crack this bitch open, bro. Pour me up.
You're getting anxious. I can
I
tell.
am.
Ooh, I got like a little hop.
A little hoppy hop.
It went like this.
Cult.
Right as I opened the beer.
Join the cult.
Curious.
Curious. I love that that fucking delay with the the fucking reverb. Oh, this looks very clear. Very clear. What's up, future champs? Oh, what's going on? What's up, landmine? Not with my fucking star player sitting on the bench.
Who's the star player?
Le'Veon, bro.
Oh, we'll get into football here a little bit later.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into it. Okay.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what it looks like. They can't see that because of the
Yeah.
the moniker. There you go. Right there's good. Okay. So as far as the color goes, I'd say it's pretty light. I'd say it's kind of a straw to gold.
Yeah, it really is like almost like a golden straw color. As
Yeah.
It looks like in the picture.
It's almost
as well.
clear. It's very not cloudy. It's very clear. Nice clarity. I see a nice rise of bubbles, so it's carbonated moderately well. I know that's not what we're on right now, but I'm just saying. The head seems to be lingering.
Seems pretty brilliant, right? Like it's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
clear.
pretty clear. It's I don't know how smart it is, but it's clear. Oh,
Dead pen.
dead pen. Let's get it out of here. Oh shit! I just hit the monitor. Almost broke it. Good thing it's mine.
How's the head?
Mine's kind of leaving now. It's flattened out, but yours still looks like it's lingering on.
Yeah, it's lingering pretty good.
It's there.
Say it's persistent on the
Yeah.
persistent side. Any notes for the appearance? Anything out of the ordinary you noticed?
Looks very lager-ish. Like it's very clear. You know what I mean? The clarity is very noticeable. It's noticeable. It's clear. Like water.
Like water.
Like water. Okay. Let's get to the smell.
Intensity.
Yeah, dude. Very
Yeah,
sweet,
dude.
Very sweet hop blend. Like it's hoppy but sweet, not
Yeah, very
not like
sweet.
not piney or like a bitter, but it's sweet.
It's like a sweet citrusy candy almost.
Yeah, it almost
like a peachy or mango candy.
It looks fruity or floral. It's definitely fruity more than the floral side.
Yeah, like the peach rings I almost smell on the nose. That's kind of what I'm getting at. That like really sweet
You
smell.
can definitely get peach and like a citrus, but like a very sweet citrus, not grapefruit
See
citrus.
grapefruit?
No. I always feel like grapefruit was a little more sour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is more sweet. Almost. Well, actually, the ruby grapefruits are supposedly sweet.
Yeah.
Right?
They're sweeter, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Ruby red grapefruit.
Ruby red.
Would you say it's a faint or a strong smell?
It's strong.
Definitely, like, I'm saying super sweet and strong. Any malt aroma you get in the nose, like grain bread, sweet,
No, I'm not getting.
toast, nut, caramel, toffee?
Nope. I just got the sweetness.
Any earth, floral, herbal, spice,
It almost has like.
resin?
I almost kind of get a vanilla smell too, though. Maybe that's like the creamsicle kind of what they're talking about.
Yeah, I can kind of like the popsicle.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, sweet cream.
Yeah, I get a little bit of that.
Almost like a vanilla kind of a smell. What's the alcohol content percentage? The AVB.
I had it written down.
It's right there. 5.9% alcohol by volume. So it's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there.
If you hit exclamation mark beer, it'll pop up actually a description of the beer we're featuring tonight. So it'll give you a little breakdown
Yeah.
of the IBUs.
You should include a link to the the people's websites too when we do that, so people can read it first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Tonight's beer is Firestone Walker Luponic Distortion IPA series number 10. 5.9 AVB, 59 IBU. That's actually not 59 IBUs for IPA is pretty mellow,
Yeah.
right? I'm assuming.
For an IPA, it's on the higher. It's in the higher range.
Really, what's like a high IPA like bitterness wise on the IBU scale?
80 to 100.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. Like in the 80s would be like a
Yeah.
kind of IPA.
But a 59 is like
That's moderate.
I'd say like 50 to.
What's a low one? What's a low end then for an
the,
IPA?
The low one for an IPA is probably like the more sessionable IPAs. You're probably looking like in the 40 to 60 range. So it is kind of like tucked in there.
Okay.
And then I would say like 60 to 80 is like the
Tank
mid.
7.
And the 80 to 10 is, yeah. 80
Thank you.
100. Sorry.
You're welcome, Wabi. All right, well, let's taste this bitch.
Flavor, intensity.
By Boulevard. Tank 7 by Boulevard. I don't know what that means. Is that what she's drinking?
Maybe.
IPA? Yep, is it definitely an
Correct
IPA.
So. In the words of brewmaster Matt Brynildson, for the milestone 10th release of Luponic Distortion, we are magnifying what this series is all about. This latest release features a cross-continental hop blend that just pops with amazing fruit flavors, and it comes with a fresh package, reminding everyone that these flavors are delivered solely through hops. So there are no fruits in this beer. There's no candies or mango candies.
Yvonne's Kansas City is saying Tank 7 by Boulevards. It's a Kansas City beer, high percent content. Try it. You're going to have to send us a bottle.
Yeah, I think that's a
Send us a
thing.
bottle, man.
We live all the way in Hawaii.
Yeah, we don't get all these cool microbrews from the mainland.
So
we
if
get
you
very
can-
specific. Very specific.
I did find the website, though.
Oh. Yes.
I am over 21. Correct.
Tank 7 Farmhouse Ale. That's why. It's a farmhouse ale. That'll put you on your butt.
So Belgian-style farmhouse ales.
8%, 8.5.
Aromatics of grapefruit. Hoppy notes. That's the type of ale.
With
So,
this...
She said, "Okay, contact me on Facebook." Wow.
Right on. We will.
We'll do a trade.
Yeah, we'll trade
send you some
we'll send you Hawaii
exclusive
beers.
Hawaii stuff.
Yeah, there you go. That's how we do things. That's how we do's it.
Would you say the intensity is faint or strong?
For an IPA, I'm gonna say it's on the weaker side, like a more sessionable IPA as far as flavor.
It's definitely like fruity, and it does kind of hit your palate pretty hard, like in the beginning. Like I get a lot of
but right now, like I have like a creaminess on my palate. Like it almost settles. Like it almost feels like.
I mean, up front, I almost get like a spicy herbal.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more floral on the taste than it is on the nose.
Yeah,
on the nose is like it almost reminds me of the one we tasted a couple weeks back, where it's like it didn't taste anything like it smelled.
Yeah,
was one of those juices?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you kind of have a trip.
It almost.
I do get the grapefruit at the end. I get like grapefruit at the end, but in the beginning, it's like earthy, kind of spicy, and then like you said, it does have a little bit of a creamy finish to it too. But do you get hints of mango creamsicle?
I can see. It's not so much the flavor of mango, but kind of like a fresh mango kind of has like a effervescence to it. Mm-hmm. Kind of
like a floraliness.
Yeah, like more so.
It's almost more about the smell than the flavor.
Yeah, but it's like you're smelling it through your mouth, kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean,
Gabriel Celia. Hey, how's it going, Gabe?
Just throw my other pen away.
That's my last name. The Samuel Adams New England IPA is 6.8% and 35 IBUs. I had it today for the first time. Oh, right on. Hey, Chacha. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Carrie. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate that.
I like the New England IPAs. Those are popular style right now. They go over well. They're kind of more sessionable, easier to drink. Obviously, 35
38
IBUs.
IBUs is low.
So they're not as hoppy. They drink more like a Hefeweizen almost, but they have a little hoppy note. They have hoppy notes.
What the hell did I just do?
What did you break?
I don't know. I hit something and now I can't see the chat.
Balanced, sweet or bitter?
It's pretty balanced actually. It's like I don't know what I did to the chat, dude. It's going ape shit.
You gotta start it over or what?
Hope not.
Yo, that Boulevard Brewing Company has a pretty cool looking website, I gotta say.
Really?
I like their designs on their cans and stuff too. It looks really cool.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna restart this chat. Hold on, folks.
I'll put that on the list.
I don't know what I did to the chat. I think I broke it.
It's got like an old school like 20s or 30s type of labeling. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah. That's kind of cool.
Like you could collect their like tin signs and put them up in your garage almost.
Hold on, I'm gonna fix this chat real quick, folks.
So I'm getting kind of.
You have any more?
I'm actually getting more of like a bitter start with like a like.
It's kind of creamy, sweet finish.
Yeah.
Omo.
That's what our godson used to call Monica.
Omo?
When he was younger, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Omo. Anti-Omo.
That's you sure he wasn't saying Elmo?
He might have been.
Yeah.
He was in Elmo at the time, I think.
There you go, see? Maybe she thought
no, but he would always be like, "Oh Mo."
Oh, Aunt Mo.
Yeah, it's like I think it was Aunt Mo, but he would just say "Oh Mo."
That's funny. Kids are hilarious. They're like little drunk.
So I'm gonna say it's kind of balanced because I'm kind of getting a little sweet and a little bitter.
Like right now, on the tip of my tongue, it almost feels like I just brushed my teeth. It has like almost like a effervescent kind of like, yeah, like
a mintiness or something.
Not mint. It's not minty though. It'd be like more of like if you had like a fruit flavored toothpaste.
Okay. Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying? Like I think what it is it's the bitterness of the hops, but they're so mellow that it's not really bitter. It's like almost like a effervescent, like a vapor kind of a feeling.
Yeah.
In my mouth. If that makes sense to anybody. I don't fucking know.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
Good.
earth,
Glad someone
floral, herbal, spice, citrus.
Citrus for sure, but
Maybe not earth.
that's not like the. It's kind of a hard beer to pinpoint.
Yeah, it's kind of got a lot going on.
Excuse me.
Which is why they slap on mango creamsicle, peach rings.
Okay,
and
now when
ruby
I
grapefruit.
when I just burped, I tasted creamsicle.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. This is fucking confusing beer.
Like you get little hints of it here and there. It's like it's almost like a barrage of different flavors over your
I feel
tongue.
like initially
It's all sweet though to me.
you kind of get the little. See, like initially I almost get like the peach flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get a little bit of bitterness from the hops.
Yeah.
And then it kind of mellows out to like that mango cream effervescent kind of feel in my mouth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
to you?
yeah.
Okay, that's where I'm at with it.
I'm getting like I love mango rings, like the sugar.
But that's
mango
not what
rings.
it is, bro. This is peach rings.
I'm getting
Well, I'll drink to that.
Hey, thanks, Gabe. We appreciate that, man.
Thanks for the subscription, brother.
I love that, dude. That's awesome.
I'm getting the peach without the like sour sugar.
Yeah,
what I
yeah. I
mean?
know what you're saying.
But I'm getting the mango.
Like if you were to suck all the sugar off the ring, you ever
Yeah.
done that? And then you eat the ring?
Yeah.
It's like that flavor
Right.
without like that
More
bite
like
of
the
the sugar.
gummy, more
Yeah,
like
the
the gummy and
gumminess.
the sweet.
Yeah.
And
I get what
then-
you're saying.
And then I get the grapefruit at the end, but at the beginning I get like herbal and spicy.
See, I get that kind of. At first, initially, I get peach, and I think that's because of the aroma as I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
So it's peach, and then it goes to that earthy kind of spice hoppiness.
Would you say it's like a resin, almost like think of like a
Like weed
THC
resin?
resin or something? Does it have that like herbal quality that weed would have?
No,
Because it's almost kind of plant-like.
I'm not getting that.
not-
I'm getting, like I said, mine goes.
Cuckoo,
Hold on.
cuckoo.
I'm gonna do it right now. Okay, so
Close your eyes.
there's peach.
Guide me.
Okay, then there's like a little bit of bitter and like spiciness from the hops.
Tell me what else. What else are you?
Okay, now as I kind of cleanse my palate, that's when I get kind of like that mango cream kind of a flavor, but it's like on like it's more of like not the taste, but the feeling of the taste.
And how does that taste make you feel?
It rouses me very much.
Okay.
Okay,
bring
let's
it
get
back
creepy.
a couple sets.
A cold beer sounds good right now. What is it? Krillin,
Krillin, the name of the bald guy on Dragon Ball Z.
Krillin in the name of.
Krillin in the name of.
I like that. I like
Okay,
that.
gotcha.
That's cool.
Overall impression of the flavor: off, neutral, or nice?
Confusing.
Confusing.
Yeah, it's like almost every time you sip it, it's a little different. There's a lot of flavors going on at one time. That initial taste is peach. Then I get like the bitterness and the citrus
Right.
of the hops. And then it kind of mellows out to like a creaminess. That's what I'm getting. I'm sticking with it.
Okay, how's the mouthfeel? Light, medium, or full?
For the beer, it's kind of on the light side, but yeah, it's light. It's a light beer. It's light.
Carbonation, faint, lively, or excessive?
I'd say it's lively, not excessive, but lively. It's there. It's still bubbling.
Sensation in your mouth: creamy.
I get
slick,
creamy, not slick, creamy.
drying, warming, puckering,
No, but almost like
astringent,
almost
chalky.
astringent. Like I said, it has like a effervescence. Not astringent, but like yeah, it has like a vapory feeling to it.
Mouth coating,
No,
prickly.
nope. Peach, bitter, spice, mango, cream. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting.
That'd be a good dessert, man. Like peaches with mango cream and like a little bit of spice.
With like some vanilla ice cream
Yeah.
and some pepper.
So okay.
Chris is hungry.
All right. So finish. Short, medium, or long?
RATM. What is RATM? Right at the moment?
Yeah.
Well, I'll drink to that.
Hey, Krillin in the name of. Krillin in the name of. Yeah. All right.
All right. Finish. Short, medium, or long?
Like I said, it's kind of on the longer side because you got to go.
Oh, Rage Against the Machine. Duh.
Oh, there. Duh. Anyway, I got a cool story about them that I've talked about in the past, but I was on stage for Rage Against the Machine at Lollapalooza in 2008, I want to say.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking awesome.
That
But
was
anyway,
a cool story. Go back to our
you have
past
to go
episodes.
check out our
and
old
you can
episodes. Yeah.
You can check out Tony's story about going backstage.
I didn't go backstage.
Backstage. Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, dude. It took a whole I was zip tying crew passes on the wrist. Anyway, you got to watch the old episodes.
Tony's the secret VIP access.
Bro, I'm the
guy.
backstage sneaker.
Backstage king.
The ninja of the backstage.
All right.
Hello,
finish.
Carrie
Short,
Rundle.
medium,
How
or
are
long?
you? I think it's on, like I said, I think it's on the longer side because you got to kind of go through all those peach, bitter, spicy mango cream. So it's a little on the longer side, and it is a more complex flavor compilation, I guess I'd call it. So to kind of like decipher through it all, it is kind of like it's still, I can still kind of feel that mango cream kind of feeling, that taste still kind of lingering in my mouth. So I would say long.
Intensity, faint or strong?
I'd say it's not all the way intense, but like 80%.
Yeah.
I'd go 80.
I'm kind of with you on that one. It's like
It's still like it's sessionable.
it's still easily drinkable, but there's like a lot going on. So it kind of hits you kind of strong with all the different flavors. But yeah. But it's not hard to drink. And the balance.
Krillin in the name of.
And balance, sweet or bitter?
For the flavor balance or the aftertaste?
The finish.
Finish? I'd say it's on this. Well, yeah, I would say the finish is sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. So I'm going to go first, I guess.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. All right, folks. I'm going thumbs up, bro.
Whoa.
Whoa, hey. Where's my mouse? There it is. Yeah. Everybody's excited. Even though this beer confuses me, I'm like, nyeh. Anyway, even though this beer kind of confused my palate, I think overall it's a good beer. Like, I like the flavors. Even with the crazy combination of the peach mango and the grapefruit, it all worked together. Nothing was clashing really.
Yeah.
There wasn't like any off kind of like, ugh, I don't like this. And overall, I think it's a good beer. It's super cool. I like the experimentation. I like the originality. So I'm giving it a thumbs up, bro.
Nice.
That's me. All right.
Okay.
Chris, are you ready?
I'm ready. Thumbs up.
All right. Chris is going thumbs up as well. Yep. The people are pumped.
I must say I am quite impressed by the beer. It is I like the fact that it gets all its fruit flavors from particular hops that were used.
Yeah,
and
not
just
actual fruit.
like actual fruit or fake flavoring that a lot of people are using these days, which really I don't like.
Chris don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that. But for IPA, it's still like hoppy enough for it to be like a legit IPA, while at the same time being fairly easily drinkable.
Yeah, it's sessionable for sure.
It's not too heavy. It does give you a little bitterness at the back. But if you're an IPA drinker, that's not really a big deal.
Yeah, it's a minor one.
And I do get the peach a lot. I get a lot of that peach ring, and the ruby grapefruit, and a little bit of that creamsicle. But I'm getting more herbal and spice notes in the front, which kind of I can tell that's probably from the Australian style hops, which kind of.
What are you smoking? What is your vape? Because
Oh.
I feel like
Ooh.
my vape goes with this beer really good. My flavor.
Mine does too because it's a white gummy bear.
Oh, there you go.
So I think
So maybe
I had the gummy already through this.
yeah, possible. It's possible. It's possible.
But they go well together. That's
yeah,
for sure.
No, definitely.
So, definitely thumbs up beer.
Yeah.
Definitely thumbs up a beer. Would have again. Would
2
drink
thumbs up
again,
from us.
And can be good in multiple situations. Maybe not on a super hot day, but you can have it by the pool, and if you're just chilling with friends,
Yeah,
and you can have more than one. So
I'd agree.
It's good beer. Good
Yeah.
entry IPA too, I think, for someone who's maybe tried an IPA or two, but wants to try something a little more advanced. I think
A little more
this would be
complex. Yeah.
a little more complex. I think you'd be good with this, and you'd actually enjoy it.
I think you made a good point though too with the fact that they just did it with blending the hops and not adding like fruit or like sugar or flavoring to it. That's a good brewer. Whoever
Yeah.
came up with this and could make those flavors by just using hops,
Yeah.
that's a good brewer to me.
Yeah, a lot of these southern hemisphere hops that are coming through Australia and New Zealand carry a lot of those like citrus notes, and it's crazy. It's crazy how citrus fruity they are. So you get a lot of grapefruit, you get a lot of that mango, you get a lot of these weird like the peach. You get like that kind of flavors, and it's kind of odd for a hop. So I think that's the one that's speaking out of all of them is that one hop, but you do get a little bit of spice and herbally from the other hops that are in there too. So yeah, so
Right on.
good job
Yeah,
on the beer.
good job,
It's,
Firestone. We like
pretty
it.
tasty.
We like it. Well, folks, if you like what you saw, please do what everybody else was doing, like Krillin in the Name of in Yvonne, Kansas City, and follow along so you can watch us every week when we do our beer tastings. This sums up this segment of Inappropriate Bar Talks Beer Tasting. Yeah. People are excited today. I love it. But yeah, man, that was a good beer. I enjoyed that.
I did too. I did too.
They did a good job. Good job. White gummy yum. Is that a new flavor actually that you're smoking? I know you switch it up a lot.
I do switch it up a lot just to try new things. This is one of the ones I've been on is the white gummy bear by the Standard Vape.
Ooh, the Standard.
And they didn't have the I usually get the 3. I like the 3 a little bit better.
Oh, you're smoking
but
6?
I had to get the 6 because they're out.
That's what I rock. I usually do this flavor Galaxy, and I just stick with it. It's like a berry medley. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple yet effective.
Simple, easy.
Goes with everything.
Is yours 6 too?
Yeah, I'm always 6. Always.
Always at 6 o'clock.
Oh.
Swing.
All right, folks. That was our beer tasting. If you guys are big beer drinkers, we do this every week, as well as go over current events. Earlier, we talked about Amazon and hitting $1 trillion, and we talked about also what else we talking about?
The homeless guy.
And the homeless guy not getting his GoFundMe fundraiser money. What's next on the agenda there, Christopher?
So I was wondering, did you hear about this new album that was dropped this week by Eminem?
I heard he came out.
Kamikaze.
I heard he came out with a new album. I haven't heard it yet, nor do I really give a shit. But
Are you
please.
anti-Eminem now, or what?
You know what?
Ever since the Cypher?
No, I've been anti-Eminem ever since his last 2 shit albums that came out. I mean, he hasn't really been ever since. I mean, the Marshall Mather LP.
Right.
Killer.
There was nothing like
the second
it
one,
at
what
the
was the
time.
one after Slim Shady? The Slim Shady LP.
Yeah.
That one was all right too. After that, he kind of just. The guy got crazy skills when it comes to rhyming words and all that, but you know, after a while, dude, you just.
Yeah.
I feel like rap is a young man's game. Once you hit 40, 35, 36.
He's like 45.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, your time has passed. Let's move on. You should be producing other people by that point. Young bucks. You know what I mean? Not fighting with these young cats and trying to like make yourself relevant again because he's starting beef with Machine Gun Kelly or some shit I heard.
Machine Gun Kelly, and then like a YouTuber, and then Killer Mike or something like that.
I mean, Eminem's known to always go and just pick fights with people, which is fine. But, I mean, have a purpose. Don't just randomly go and rip on people.
Yeah,
Tell me
the
what
thing.
the purpose is.
If the whole record's about like just dissing people, then it's kind of like, I mean, I could care less about the beef that he has with people.
Yeah.
But it does seem kind of tacky that it seems like a bid to stay relevant in the scene.
You know what I think it is too is once these guys like Eminem, the success they see, once they get the money and they get the house and the struggle's gone, they lose that what really inspired them in the first place, I think. Yeah. And that's why it's like once these rappers get successful, you need Dre is the picture perfect guy.
Right.
He did like what 2 albums and was like uber successful. I think he had one album in the middle that was a dud. But
if you don't include NWA or,
what do you mean? Those are huge albums. But
no,
anyway,
I'm saying. Oh he had big ones after that.
Yeah. So solo, I guess he did 2.
He
but
had
before
the
that, he had
Chronic,
NWA.
The Chronic
like
was huge, and then the Chronic 2001 or whatever, right? Like,
so
that was probably his last big one. Was probably the Chronic 2000.
That was it. Yeah, that was his last one that meant anything. I think he released another one, but it was like no one bought it or some shit. Anyway,
but he became.
But that's who you want to be in the game. You want to get in, you do your rap thing, and then you start producing other people, and then become the label. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that guy's model your career after Dre. You know what I mean? If you're in the rap game, I mean, if you're in your 40s and still trying to act like you're struggling and like you're not credible anymore. You know what I mean?
I'm probably gonna get it just because I want to hear it. I just want to hear if it's like, because I mean, this being dropped, he did a smart thing by dropping it without any notice. I think that was kind of like the big thing was kind of it dropped without any.
That's ego.
Preemptive
it's like I don't need to
stuff.
market. I'm just gonna drop it. People will buy it.
Yeah, but I mean, it also starts like an internet craze. It's like, oh, what? Like it's out. Like I need to get it. Like,
well, what
like,
it also does too is
creates
it stops people from pirating it before it comes out. Too.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I guess one of the songs is a soundtrack on one of the new movies that are coming out. I think it's on the Captain Marvel movie or something like that. It's like a new song. And then, but they're saying it's going to top the Billboard charts this week, probably in sales.
I'm sure it will. It's Eminem. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Yeah.
We'll see how it is. I mean,
but it's like all these rappers are coming after him
Trump
because they're like,
was weak though.
Yeah.
If that was any precursor to what this album is, then I'm not.
I doubt
excited.
I don't even think he was proud of that.
I think he just did it to be in get a
shock
little
value.
get a little it was a desperate attempt of whatever it was.
I think it was. I mean, like he came out with his album after that, and then that one did okay. It didn't do great. But
he did. He released an album right after that. So this is his second album in like the last year.
Yeah. This one.
Weird.
That's why I think it was kind of unexpected too, because usually you take like a year or two before you release your next one, and at that age you take even longer sometimes to come out with shit.
Yeah.
So just because you refined your style and you want to keep it a certain way or whatever, but it looks like it's gonna hit top charts, but obviously like the call outs are getting in both like positive and negative things from everybody.
Well, bottom line is if you even get mentioned by Eminem, people are excited. Even if he's dissing you, people are like, oh, he said my name. You know what I mean?
Any press is free press.
That's what they say.
Thing,
any
right?
press is good press, right?
Yeah, so like
gets people talking.
He's getting all these people. Someone's already made a diss track in response to. The thing is, he's dropping like 3 bars on people, and then they're making like whole diss tracks about him, which is
it's funny.
It's bringing attention to yourself. Which
hey Eminem.
You know,
fuck you.
Write a diss track about us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know, right? So we can come up with our own Eminem diss song. But
your beard is weird.
Yeah, a lot of
Eminem
people
at 40, he's still wearing sweatpants and do-rags.
That's the thing is like a lot of people are saying he's just out of tune with like
Lanny,
today's...
don't talk shit. Eminem was like your idol. You wanted to be the next white rapper, so let's not fucking play that game.
But they're like, they're bashing on him for not being like with the times and shit on a lot of shit. So
well, he's a recluse first of all. He just stays in his house.
Yeah.
And so if he's not up to date with the times, then that's fucking why. He's old.
Yeah.
That's like my dad trying to come out with a fucking rap album. He don't know what the fuck's going on.
Revival was his last CD. Yeah. So this article is saying, of course, it helped that he also gave fans a whole lot to talk about. M spends a whole lot of kamikaze talking about the aforementioned chilly reception to Revival. decrying his critics occasionally by name and attempting to reassert his sovereignty. He also calls out a whole lot of both his peers and followers, starting some beefs and reigniting others, and creating a Facebook feedback loop of content that ensures his name remains in the headlines.
Yeah, there's one thing that Eminem's good at, and it's stirring up a fucking controversy.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So he's from what I read, he's kind of just like dissing on like
he rips on like all the mumble
music.
rappers and all that shit,
Yeah.
which is fine. I can't stand those guys anyway.
Yeah.
Who was I just talking? It was Phil or Lanny that was telling me how this guy Takeshi 6ix9ine got popular, but basically, he like paid off one of the leaders of the Bloods like nationwide. Like, he paid him off to like make him a official Blood or whatever to like give him street cred like instantly, and that's how he ended up getting big.
Yeah.
Which is fucking dumb.
But then apparently he hasn't been paying his debts
that's why he's getting his
like
ass
that.
kicked at the airports. Yeah.
He apparently Bert Kreischer witnessed him getting his ass.
Oh
whooped
right,
at the
that's what you were
airport.
talking about. This.
Yeah.
That's where I heard. Yeah. That's
So-
hilarious. I would have saw it.
So
I would have made a World Star video. World Star.
it definitely World Star like
Dude.
automatic dude.
No,
TMZ was
every
right there when
video,
I was in
every
the
video that
galaxy.
starts off with World Star, it just makes the world dumber.
Mhm.
It's usually just idiots beating the shit out of each other, but
It pretty much is. It's
Yeah.
pretty much just people.
it doesn't contribute to society, folks. Not that this does, but you know, at least it's entertainment, right?
I don't know if any of you out there have heard the CD or the album.
Yeah, have you got anybody
Let us know.
anybody watching heard it? Is it any good? Is it worth a download, or should I just steal it? Napster, baby, Napster.
Napster. Is that even? That's not
No,
even
it
around
doesn't
anymore.
exist anymore.
You're showing you're almost in your 40s now.
Fuck that, dude. I was actually talking to someone about Napster this week, and they're like looking at me like, "What's Napster?" I'm like, dude, really? Fucking, it was huge when we were
You
kids.
don't know what Napster is, man?
So no, I was actually talking to one of my employees, the guy from Poland,
Napster is in LimeWire.
and I guess he didn't know what Napster was, but he knew what LimeWire was and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, dude, Napster was like the precursor. It was like the original to all of that
Yeah,
shit.
the original
Torrents, everything.
Yeah, that's like the original torrent.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was like, oh.
Back before people even.
What
knew
was
what
it?
torrents were.
Sean Manning? Was that the guy that invented it?
Oh,
Sean
shit,
Manning,
I
I think, was his name. Something like that.
Justin Timberlake.
Crackheads.
Did you see?
The Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I thought that was a good movie. I liked that movie.
It was good.
Uh,
I just listened.
Lanny's. I'm just listening to country and 80s rock. Oh, he stopped. Good. You stopped listening to that crap music.
Fucking bullshit. Dude.
Yeah. Sure.
It was a little bit. The cover is a little bit of a rip off of like the old Beastie Boys album too. Kind of.
Oh,
It's got
really?
that vibe to it. Like you see the cover.
That doesn't really remind me of the Beastie Boys. Why is it just
The License to Ill. Do you remember the License to Ill?
No, I don't really. Why is it just a plain?
It's like it's like a plane crashing into the CD cover kind of thing.
Oh,
I don't know if it
I
was
don't
a plane.
remember.
I can't remember what it was. I think it was a plane.
I don't know. Eminem.
Over it.
I stopped listening to Eminem when I was 16, dude. You can only listen to a guy talking about murdering his baby mama so much. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how many times can you cut her head off and throw her in the ocean? You know what I mean?
Have you seen his daughter Haley? By the way,
Dude, yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, she's like in college now, and
Yeah, she's legal.
she's this like thin little blonde thing.
Yeah, she's a hot little piece of ass. Yeah, I said that. M, what's up?
Oh, now you're definitely getting Eminem.
Put me in your diss track. I don't give a fuck. I watched the Vegas guys react to M's latest. Yes, it was good.
I mean, a lot of people like
the
it.
Vegas guys. Who's the Vegas guys? I don't know who that is. I watched the Vegas guys react to M's latest. Yes, it was good.
Yeah.
Actually, we should have done that. We should have played it and had like a reaction video. Like, oh, okay.
Oh my God, he said his name.
Oh my god! Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
You want to give me a beer, bud?
Do you need one?
Yeah, I'm empty.
Sure.
Thanks, bud. Weird Al did a parody of one of his songs and sent a cease and desist to him. Dude, I love Weird Al.
You heard he got his own star, right? On the Walk of Fame?
Weird Al should have his own star on the Walk of Fame. Good. Dude, no one could do what Weird Al did. He literally would make someone like the funniest parody music. I had, what was it, the one, Gangster's Paradise? Amish Paradise?
Amish
I had
Paradise?
that, yeah.
Yeah. He got a cease and desist from Coolio on that one too, but I guess they actually agreed to like let him release the song afterwards. But I guess Coolio was not happy about it. But yeah, I mean,
Dude, it's consider it like a compliment, you know?
yeah. So Weird Al just got his own Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame or whatever in L.A. this like last week.
So what, are all the musicians gonna go piss on it and rip it off?
Probably. I don't know. They might chisel it out like Donald Trump's one.
Dude, did you see the guys that put down all the stickers all around Trump's star? So it's like there's like 50, there's like 10 of them.
What stickers?
They look exactly like Trump's star, so it's just all the sidewalk around Trump is his star too.
Really?
Yeah. Some guy went and put all these stickers down, and so it just looks like there's like 10 Trump stars.
Oh god.
So he's like, you can break them
Like
all.
full size?
Yeah.
Like,
Like you know how the sidewalk's all squared off?
yeah.
He just put, and it's just one line, right, that goes down the
Yeah.
sidewalk. So all around Trump's star, he put Trump stars. All around, and he just kept putting them. It's funny. I think it's pretty good. But, I mean, come on. Do you really think you're going to get your point across vandalizing and defacing stuff? If you have a serious issue,
Yeah.
take it up like an adult. Go and sit down like two adults and fucking let's talk this out and work it out and go from there. Defacing stuff and breaking stuff, you just look like pissed off little kids. You're not going to get any positive outcome from that.
Yeah. The guy turned himself in, I guess.
Yeah. Well, stop fucking defacing shit, you dickheads.
You got way too much time on your hands if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you got-
Like, would you just get a jackhammer and go over there and just smash it up? Like, you got some balls, bro. What's next, Chris? What do we got? Let's get into some of the thick of this stuff because, pass on that one.
Pass on that
Who
one.
gives a shit about that? Some guy hung up a picture of himself at McDonald's. Big fucking deal. Okay. Next. Let's talk about Sacha.
Okay.
Then we'll get into the crazy stories.
So Roy Moore, who is a former Alabama Senate candidate, is suing Sacha Baron Cohen,
A.K.A. Borat.
a.k.a. Borat, a.k.a. Bruno, a.k.a. Ali G, for
Bombaclat.
basically for an interview that he had in Sacha Baron Cohen's new show,
Who is America?
Who is America? And basically the premise of the show he does, Bruno, whatever you want to call him, Sacha Baron Cohen. The basis of the show is that he dresses up in costumes, kind of like he does in his movies.
He's like an ex-Israeli like military guy or something.
In
right?
this episode, he was an he was like an Israeli security force guy.
Okay.
And he basically talks to these senators, and he kind of talks them into like policies that they have in Israel, which aren't true, but he just says this is what they do in Israel, and he gets these people to kind of go along with like what he does.
He plays them like idiots.
He plays them like idiots.
Right.
This guy didn't really fall for it, because Roy Moore supposedly has a like child abuse litigation out against him, and I think it's still pending.
Some kid?
Like I think it was a sexual assault thing.
Oh, he diddled a kid. He's not a good guy to begin with.
Yeah, so basically Sacha Baron Cohen shows up in his like Israeli costume. He has like a big forehead and like big eyebrows. Like he plays a part. He doesn't look like himself, and he waves like a wand in front of the senator. It was like a child. It was like a child, like a pedophile detector or something like that.
It's just
like
a metal detector.
It was like a metal detector, but it was like he called it a pedophile detector, and this is new technology, and he waves it in front of the senator, and
it goes
starts
off.
going off. And then he starts to ask him interview questions, and the guy
hilarious.
Roy Moore eventually
That's fucking hilarious.
ends the interview, and he says, "Oh, I don't want to do this interview anymore," and he walks out.
But he already signed the consent and all that shit.
But he signed the
probably.
release and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
before they shot it, so they could still show it.
Right. Okay. So there's nothing he can do. He signed the consent.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. The pedophile detector.
Okay, so Roy Moore, the former U.S. Senate candidate from Alabama, on Wednesday filed a $95 million defamation lawsuit against Sacha Baron Cohen, claiming he was duped into appearing on the British comedian's Showtime series, Who is America, and falsely portrayed as a sex offender.
You are a sex offender.
Moore, a Republican and former Chief of Justice.
Wait,
of Alabama
sorry,
Supreme
hold
Court.
on. Was he convicted?
No, I don't think he was. I don't
Oh,
know if he
okay,
was
then I take it back. You're not
Yeah,
yet.
he wasn't
You're
convicted
not
yet either.
proven guilty yet.
So that's part of the reason he's suing is because it's like defamation.
Well, it doesn't,
slander.
and it's probably gonna hurt him in his case too.
Yeah, and
Somehow. Some of the jury might be like, "No, we saw Sacha Baron Cohen. He detected you with his pedo detector."
the lawsuit arose from a July 29th broadcast where Baron Cohen, disguised as a fictional Israeli anti-terrorism expert from expert Iran Morad,
He's the Zohan.
interviewed Moore and demonstrated a supposed pedophile detector that beeped when waved near the senator.
He's playing the character of Zohan, the Zohan, the anti-terrorism.
almost,
yeah, that's basically who he is.
After the beep, he told Baron Cohen, "I support Israel. I don't support this kind of stuff," and he walked out. This false, in a quote, this false and fraudulent portrayal of mocking Judge Moore as a sex offender has severely harmed Judge Moore's reputation and caused him, Mrs. Moore, and his entire family severe emotional distress, as well as caused
$95 million worth
financial
of stress.
damage.
Come on.
Running in heavily Republican Alabama, Moore lost his Senate race last December to Democrat Doug Jones after being accused of sexual misconduct towards female teenagers while in his 30s. Moore has denied any wrongdoing.
In his 30s? How old is this guy now? He's like in his 80s.
Yeah, he looks pretty old now.
Damn, you're going to get convicted of shit back when you fucking 50 years later? Those different times, bro. You could grab a booty back in the office back then.
Yeah.
Hey, times change. I get it, but you can't fucking the law. Things were different back then. You can't fucking go back fucking 40 years and could try to get this statutes of limitations,
I know
man.
that could be the whole thing too, where it's like it's too late now. But I don't know. Cosby's getting pulled up for a lot of shit right now too. So
Hey, you know what, dude? Like times were different back then, and I get it. It's better now. Like people respect women better. That's fine. Like you can't grab a girl's ass just because you want to.
yeah, absolutely not.
You know, but that's not how it was back then. Back then you could, and I'm not saying it was right, but
Still not okay.
But so what? You're gonna prosecute people? Fucking.
If we actually did it, yeah.
Are we gonna go if we caught someone that was like 150 years old? Right? Well, not 150, but like someone that's 100 years old, and you find out he's a bootlegger. You're gonna prosecute him when he was a bootlegger fucking 50 years ago?
No, but if he
All
was,
right, times have changed.
Severity of crimes, man. If he was a pedophile, I'd be like, yeah,
Well-
throw him in jail. I don't give a fuck. He's 100 years old.
First, yeah,
Fuck it.
fine, but I mean, come on, what did this
There
guy
are
do?
crimes that are
What
like-
did he do? What did
There
he
are
do?
crimes that are so severe that like
What did he do?
you gotta. I don't.
I'm not excusing him,
No, I'm
but I'm
not-
just saying times were different. Did he?
I'm not saying
Up
you
a
can't.
butt?
I'm
Did
not
he-
saying you can't try a pedophile because he's too old or because it's
No,
so long ago.
that's kind of what makes you a pedophile because you're old.
yeah. So I mean, like, if there's evidence to support the claim and everything like that, then yeah, by all means, I don't give a fuck how old you are. You deserve to be in jail.
Yeah,
then
but
fuck it.
dude, 30, 40 years after the fact, that's
yeah.
gonna come
If
up.
there's proof of it, then yes.
How are you gonna prove something? It's just his word
That's the
against-
hard part. That's the hard
They
part.
didn't have
You'd to
video
prove it.
cameras and fucking wiretaps and like
Yeah.
fingerprinting back then.
You'd have to prove it.
Did you not
but-
wash your butt cheek that long? Come on.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, and I fully believe that there should be evidence, but at the same time, if there is solid evidence, then yes. If some other person saw it happen, or a parent saw it happen, or whatever, then
I don't know, man. It feels like there's been way too much time passed. If that was the case, you gotta come out right then and there and say, like, yo,
it's not always easy.
30 years later, dude, come on. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, the timing of it is also like curious when someone's like running
Yeah.
for a race.
Of course.
To become like a
That
big
sounds
position,
like suspect
and
to
then
me.
it comes out, then that even looks more suspect.
Yeah.
Because then what is the purpose behind it? If it's
You're just trying to ruin this guy's chances of running.
yeah, or winning or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So this isn't the first time Sacha Baron Cohen's sketches have got him in legal hot water, including when
That's why
two
they're
former
so good,
college
though.
fraternity students claimed they were duped while drunk into appearing in his 2006 film Borat,
Dude,
Cultural
those
Learnings
guys
of
were
America
shit-faced
for
drunk,
Make Benefit
man.
Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
Those guys were wasted.
That case was dismissed in 2007.
Yeah, those guys are shit-faced, running their mouths, acting like dickheads.
I know he was also sued by Kazakhstan for
Oh, really?
for using Kazakhstan name.
Raph says, Lanny, I only listen to Gucci 21 and Migos, so God.
Gucci 21 and Migos. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Migos is those dudes, the 3 black guys, right?
I have no clue.
Or no, who's that? I don't know.
You could be right. I just don't. I don't have any fucking clue.
That East Atlanta trap. I know Raph listens to that stuff.
You do
dude.
you, boo boo.
Raph listens to that shit and drinks natty ice and does insulin. Fucking drug addict. Shooting up needles all over the room.
I mean, that's the thing right now. That's what people are into. That's what kids are into.
Dude, it's dumb. It's the
I feel
dumbing down.
old. I feel old saying that.
It's the dumbing
shit.
down of our nation. It's the
Because
dumbing down of our nation, guys.
Our parents used to
Don't
say
buy into it.
Our parents used to say the same shit about gangster rap back in the day when we used to listen to it and everything else.
Well, it led us to this, unfortunately.
When I was listening to Coolio and Cypress Hill and fucking.
Yeah, but at least they were understandable and told a story. Nowadays, you just got like idiots literally mumbling over the beat.
Yeah, now it's kind of just like.
Big Bad and Bougie.
Hey.
Migos.
But that's what kids like these days. I'm okay as long as it's good music. Some of the stuff's like cool to listen to. Like I don't mind some of the stuff, but I like the beats. I like the beats more than the words. You know what I mean?
Raph, you're going to piss Tony off. I don't get mad.
That's all it has to be though, is a good beat and a hook, and you pretty much got a song. You got a famous song now.
Yeah.
It doesn't take like lyrical talent.
Literally, you could have Pip farting on a snare drum. Pip? No? Airheads? No?
If you auto-tune it, yeah.
Like the zombie days. What? The zombie days.
Zombies days.
Oh, dude, I think he's talking about Call of Duty. Was it Call of Duty where you could play the zombies? We used to get up like level 80, dude, and shit like that. We knew how to do it, bro. We knew how to do it. But yeah, now we're playing Scum. Who knows?
Who knows? The possibilities.
There's zombies there too. Zombie days. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking kids. I'm over them.
I wonder if he's gonna get that money though.
I doubt it.
You ready?
Are you ready? Go ahead.
All right. So news came out this week. Obviously, the biggest story of the week was Colin Kaepernick being featured on Nike's.
Take that silly ass hat off too, by
Nike's 30th anniversary, and in celebration of the NFL season beginning this Thursday, which Tony will be boycotting.
Boycott. I'm boycotting. No,
I'm very excited. I will not be boycotting.
I'm
NFL.
watching football. Don't get me wrong. I'm watching football.
But
I'm not buying any more Nike products.
But okay, so here's the deal. So
I'm not
Nike
burning my
has announced
stuff
that,
I already paid for, though. I'm not an idiot.
Nike has announced that former quarterback Colin Kaepernick is going to be the face of their new "Just Do It" campaign.
Looks like Osama bin Laden in that picture. The black and white one. Scroll up.
Which one? Oh yeah, that was
that black and white picture. He looks like goddamn Osama bin Laden. He
Why?
does.
Why does he look like Osama bin Laden?
He resembles Osama bin. Dude, rewind it to that picture. Tell me he doesn't look. That doesn't
That
look like
picture's
Osama.
everywhere. That's the face of the campaign.
It looks like Osama bin Laden's mugshot.
It does not.
Yes, it does.
You sound like racist right now.
Dude, he's not even fucking Middle Eastern. So how is that racist? They're not even the same race.
He kind of looks Middle Eastern.
They look similar.
He looks like he could
That looks like a fucking mugshot.
Is it on the side of buildings and shit too?
Probably. Right there.
I don't know.
Scroll up. Right there.
Where?
Bottom left.
Oh yeah.
It looks like Osama bin Laden's mugshot, bro. I'm telling you. Raph says, how is Nike behind the injustice and oppression when they pay their slave? Oh, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, Raph.
All right. So Nike's polarizing Nike's polarizing decision to put Colin Kaepernick at the center of its latest ad campaign has aggravated NFL employees, infuriated fans, and even affected the Stinker Giants stock. But publicly, at least, the league is playing nice with the its corporate partner.
Well, I know University of Alabama dropped them. They canceled. They canceled their uniform contract with Nike.
Really?
Yep. University of Alabama said, "Fuck it, we're done."
Yeah, their jerseys were ugly anyway.
I mean, literally, it looks like their colors a used tampon color. But anyway,
the National Football in a statement, the National Football League said the National Football League believes in dialogue, understanding, and unity. We embrace the role and responsibility of everyone involved in this game to promote meaningful, positive change in our communities. The social justice issues that Colin and other professional athletes have raised deserve our attention and action.
Yes. So I go back to what Raph just said. Nike's doing this to stop injustice and oppression, but like Raph said, then pay your fucking laborers more than 20 cents a day to make shoes. Okay? You want to stop oppressing people, there's a start right there.
Okay.
Pay them $10 a day. They can fucking feed their whole family and pay their rent for the month off of that.
You know how many American companies do that, though? That's not...
Yeah, Apple's one of them, too. Yeah. But they're also not going out there and saying, we're standing up against injustice and oppression.
They're saying think different.
They're not. They haven't changed anything, man. They're the very. You know what's okay? So what a lot of people probably don't realize is that I was reading this article earlier today, and I was doing some research on it, and apparently the owners of Nike are pretty hardcore Republican. They've donated $500,000 to the GOP and like hundreds of thousands to local Republican candidates. And on the national Republican.
They've also donated to Democratic.
Okay, so they've done both. But to me, what it sounds like is they're literally taking the climate that our society's in right now and figuring out a way to profit off of it.
I get that. Vibe from it.
That's why these people are fucking buying. Don't buy into this shit.
Nike stocks did not go down $4 billion in just a few days. That's false. It went down. The stock went down 2%, and it's leveled out a little bit since then. But
actually, I saw like it went down like 3 something.
It went down like 3 something percent, but it went back up to 2 by the end of close, and now it's like almost.
Well, that's any smart stock market guys gonna be like, oh, it just dropped 3%. I'm buying. That's why I went back.
Right.
Up.
So that's the thing is they dropped a lot of stock on the stock exchange the first day it came out.
But it's Nike. People are gonna pick it up.
But people on Robinhood, which they're saying that's part of the marketing ploy, is to be more attractive to a younger audience, to younger investors, to younger people who
by fucking like what, pushing hypocrisy and bullshit,
by pushing a social justice agenda, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with it. I think it is a marketing ploy.
If that's the case, tell Nike to bring all their factories to low income areas like Detroit, the south side of Chicago. Compton, go open up factories there and get these people off of welfare, give them jobs, the people that need help. You really want to do it, and then you're going to have to raise your wages. They won't bring that shit here. They're spending what? I spend what, $120 on a pair of Nikes to play some basketball when it costs them probably what? Maybe $5 to make it.
Yeah, you're paying for the brand. That's
fucking bullshit. So I'm happy I just bought new basketball shoes like a couple weeks ago, and I went Adidas. I've always liked Adidas basketball shoes better than Nike anyway.
I do too, because they're wider.
Yeah, they're wider. They're not so narrow.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like, dude, they're just literally playing this fucking social climate and profiting off of it.
Let's put it this way. Nike would have not made that business decision if they didn't think it was going to be profitable.
I think it's going to backfire more than they're going to lose customers, but they're going to gain some customers. I think my dad was telling me some numbers, but basically there was like they polled some people and like 29% said they'll never buy Nike again, and like another 30 something percent said they don't care, and then 50% said like I can't remember. 50 something percent said they don't give a shit, and the 30% said, oh, we're going to buy Nike now because of this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess there's give and take in any when you're shifting your demographic,
if
I guess.
You're gaining a 10%.
But I mean, this guy
market share.
This guy is irrelevant. He hasn't played in the league for what, 2 years?
Yeah.
And it's funny because they try to make him like he's a martyr, and like the whole saying is believe in something even if it means giving up everything.
Yeah.
So what a lot of people don't realize is Nike's had him on the payroll since he's been booted.
Right.
He's been getting paid by Nike. And with this new campaign that they just released, he's making more than he did playing in the NFL by doing this. So don't feel bad for him, guys. Okay? He's not a martyr. He's living on the street. He just made more money.
He's making just as much money as a starter in the NFL.
Yeah, which he would be exactly because he's not a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. We know this.
I mean, he might have been, but
this all started
maybe on a crappy team.
No, he's at best a backup.
Yeah.
At best, because with the quarterback like that, I was reading this thing and the guys had a good point. Like with him, you got to change your whole offense to accommodate his play style. People aren't gonna do that for his. He's not that talented. Cam Newton, okay, we're gonna change it up. This guy, no, you're not. You're not a Cam Newton. Sorry, your passing is.
Well,
garbage.
that's the thing. It's like, who's your coach, and does he fit into your
passing?
scheme?
His passing.
Does he fit into your scheme?
He's a quarterback and he can't throw for shit.
Right, but
His accuracy is garbage. I can fucking throw more accurate than this fucking clown.
okay, yeah, he did go to a Super Bowl. Let's not forget that.
Frank Gore carried that team that year.
He almost won the Super Bowl. But okay,
Anyway, I know you are biased on this. We can see.
I'm a Niners fan, but I'm not like. I mean, I'm whatever.
How many
about
Kaepernick jerseys do you own?
None. Absolutely.
Look,
none.
bottom line.
I don't
is
like
this.
buying quarterback jerseys.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to this. Again, they're trying to make it seem like this guy's a martyr. He's not a martyr. He chose to do this.
Mm-hmm.
He took the knee. He got flack for it. He didn't change it. He became a distraction and a liability, and he wasn't worth the risk. His talent didn't justify the distraction he was causing.
That's the thing.
And so basically,
he got blacklisted.
You blacklisted yourself.
Well, he's in a lawsuit with the NFL right now over being blacklisted.
First of all, you can't, because this is how it works. It is not your freedom of speech is covered personally in your free time. But when you're on the clock, you don't have rights. That doesn't cover. You can't politically protest while you're at work.
Which was the article you sent me.
Right.
Kind of going back to
right.
that.
It's you're not.
As far as the private sector, you don't really have those type of rights to voice your free opinions freely. Like,
I'm paying you. Shut your mouth and do your job.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, you're not a political science major, as far as
like
I know.
Your boss can't say offensive things to you, and you can't say your boss can't say offensive things offensive things to you and not.
Well, no, it's more so the fact that what you say can disrupt the workday.
Yeah.
So like if you can piss off your other employees, work's not going to get done.
Right.
And I'm paying you guys to be here and do a job. I'm not paying you here to talk about your political points of view.
Right.
Okay. You can do that after work. You want to go to the bar with each other and go talk about it? Fine. I can't control that.
Right.
Do what you want. You want to go do a march after work? That's fine. But you're not going to fucking picket in front of my business and think that you're not going to have some kind of consequences to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're disrupting my business.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. The defense.
Vernon Davis also.
I agree. The defense carried the team that year. The defense was beast that year. I agree with that. But Cap was doing better than Alex Smith was in the playoffs at the time.
So Raph says, in my opinion, I'm not buying Nike, and in my opinion, their products have been crap. Adidas is cheaper and just as good quality. The defense carried Cap. Vernon Davis also carried Cap. Yeah, I feel you. But I mean, again, so you cannot protest at work.
Vernon Davis isn't really relevant, but anyway,
you can't protest at work. You're on the clock. No one's paying and tuning into the NFL to watch your protest. We want to see you either throw a touchdown or get laid the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's football. And if I can't tune in and watch football, I got to listen to I don't want to hear LeBron James's fucking opinions of fucking the president. I want to see him dunk on somebody.
I mean, that's what the NBA is nowadays too. It's a lot of
Why? Since when?
Well, it's bringing awareness. Sports. It's bringing awareness to.
Fine. Do it on your free time. Don't do it while I'm watching the game.
So what about a press conference after the game?
Again, they're still on the clock. They're still representing the team.
Yeah.
That's like me getting interviewed on the news and going off about whatever, wearing Aloha Water stuff. Yeah. No, you can't do that. You're representing the company. You're representing the franchise at that point. Shut your mouth. Answer the questions that you're asked. If it's asked political, say, hey, I'll talk to you guys about that after. Right now, I'm on the clock. That'd be the smartest thing. You're not going to get in trouble. Yeah. And then later on, they're going to come and ask you about it, and you can fucking talk about all you want.
I mean, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Like, when you're in a job with, like, a public spotlight on you like that, like, you can't really talk about those things in public. Like, even, like, if it's anything that's, well, I guess if it's anything directly related to the team, obviously you can't do it. Like, if you get a DUI, then you can get in trouble. Like, at any job.
It's code of conduct.
Yeah. So, like, what should they be able to limit what you say?
But again, they sign
a
contract. They sign a contract agreeing to that stuff. Too. Yeah. You sign a contract, you're agreeing to it. Be a man of your word and honor your contract. You beat up your girlfriend and knock her out in an elevator, there's going to be consequences to play. You're a representative of the football team, of the Baltimore Ravens. You can't do that.
Right.
You're a public figure. You make us look like idiots. Sorry, you're hurting my business. You're fucking gone.
I mean, as a person who runs a business, I can see that perspective of it. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people don't see that perspective of it, where it's like, you're trying to sell a product to someone and you're ruining the product you're selling to people. But I get that it's a high profile position and that like there needs to be attention brought to the situation.
Again, so do it on your time. Don't do it on the company's time.
Yeah.
If you really care, someone like Marshawn Lynch really cares about his community. In his off time, he's down in Oakland giving people shit, making sure people got food to eat.
Right.
That's the way to do it. He doesn't go into the press and fucking act like a little bitch and moan. He doesn't even want people to know he does that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay? But when you go and do this and you're making multiple millions of dollars and you're making more money than you were playing to supposedly be the face of stopping oppression, bro,
Right.
you're just looking out for your own fucking pockets, bro. Sorry. This guy is full of shit. He was pouting. I still stand by my theory that he was pouting on the sideline because he lost his starting position to Blaine Gabbert, and his PR person said, look, you got to spin this some kind of way where it doesn't look like you're just pouting like a little kid. And I
Yeah.
think that's where this all began. Lanny Pulley says, freedom of speech wasn't meant to voice your opinion against the government. Freedom of speech was also so you can learn how to type in English. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it was to voice your opinion against the government or things that weren't happening in government that should.
Yeah, no, definitely it was. That's the American people have a voice.
That's
so
what
that they
that's
can
what
tell
voting,
government.
That's what
yeah,
voting is, right?
Yeah, on 100%. But a lot of these people didn't even fucking vote, and now they're bitching and moaning.
Freedom. Maybe he meant was meant. Well, I don't know. You got to clarify your statement.
Was meant
there, buddy.
to voice your opinion against the government.
Yeah, was
yes,
it?
but not
Or
during
was-
work. You cannot protest during work. There's laws against this.
I don't know if there's. Well,
It's not a law against it, but the law says
it depends
your
what you say at work.
employer-
You can't say anything that.
No, your employer holds the right to basically say like, okay, you're causing a disruption.
If you're an at-will employee, you can get fired for no reason at all.
yeah, which is most states.
Yeah, which is most states, most jobs, and most places.
Yeah, so
Unless you're under a contract, which a lot of these players are, and they also have a players' union.
yeah,
which
but they
also-
also agree to do what the fucking franchise tells them to do.
Yeah. So
Trust me.
The NFL did come to the conclusion that if you're not gonna stand for the national anthem, you need to stand. You need to stay in the locker room. Basically, it was
Yeah.
until the anthem's over, and then you can come out.
You know what? I have no problem with these
that's
guys that
still
link
on
arms.
hold.
These guys want to link arms.
Yeah.
As long as they're still showing respect to the flag, they're not taking a knee. They're linking arms. They're showing that they're in unity. That's fine. I have no
Yeah.
problem against that. But when you take a knee, I feel like it's like not taking your hat off for the anthem. You know what I mean? You should take your hat off for it. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's just for showing respect.
Yeah.
Not for the president. It has nothing to do with it. It's for our country, and it's for the people that fought for our country in the past so that we can have these freedoms.
Right.
To, when you're off the clock, protest.
See, and that's the thing is, I don't know, just to play devil's advocate. Like, what other platform gets more notice than the NFL? You know what I mean? So it's like, are they expressing freedom of speech? Is it their right to do this on the field?
No, it's not. They're on the clock. No, the
Okay.
answer is no.
No.
They don't have the right to do that. That is the answer to your question.
Okay. But is it now? Do you take that when they kneel during the national anthem? Do you take it as they're disrespecting the troops and things like
Yes,
that?
I do. Because that's what it represents. When they do the anthem, there's a reason why the color guard comes out for the military. There's a reason why the jets fly over for the Air
Right.
Force. It's saying thank you to the military for the people that put their lives on the line for our country. Whether you believe in the leader at the time or not, it shouldn't matter. It's like, are you standing for our country? Are you an American? And if you're not, get the fuck out.
Even if that's not maybe what the basis of the reason you're kneeling though.
They're kneeling
Right.
because of what? Cops beat up some black kids?
Yeah, because racial injustice, right?
Okay, again.
So
Where's the Asian guys taking a knee?
two different
Nike?
mindsets, right, are being brought into this like discussion of what
Again,
it actually
it's neither the
means.
time or place, though.
So it's like, does the kneeling actually disrespect the flag, or is the kneeling actually expressing your freedom of speech against social injustice that's going on in this country? And
well,
it's like what your perspective
they
is
don't
on
have that right at that time.
But only
if the owner of the team
but
says,
only
I
because
want
a
you
certain
to stand,
crowd says so, right? Only because
no, if the owner of the team says, the president of the company says, I want you guys standing during that anthem, and you disobey, they have the right to fire you, and release you. Let's see. Sacha says, imagine a country where a shoe ad is more controversial than a school shooting. I have many veterans in my family. Kneeling during the national anthem is not disrespectful to them. And that's their opinion. That's fine. But I know a lot of older veterans, and maybe it's because they're younger and maybe they're more open-minded. But I know a lot of older veterans are like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And again, there's older veterans
I know there's
too.
veterans who are like, the kneeling is an expression of freedom of speech.
Which
so
they
I
fought
for their right
and I
to do
understand that too,
right?
But again, you don't have freedom of speech when you're on the clock. And the owners basically caved because of all this, uproar that they were being oppressive to their black employees. If you don't want the job, we'll find some slow-ass white guys to do it, but it's not going to be as entertaining as a game.
What did Trump say? Fire all those sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what?
No, that's just what he said.
If you're disrespecting our country and our flag, you're a son of a bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's how I agree with that.
I know there are a lot of owners that agree with him too, but yeah.
Okay. But they don't take action because what? They're scared? They're going to lose their...
The only thing is they're not going to fire these people, because they're worth too much money and they're worth too much product sales.
And again...
And it all goes back to...
The almighty dollar.
That's what it is. I think the NFL could care less what it actually is about or what it stands for sometimes. I think that they're just
looking for money, and I get that. But
how much
at the same time, there have been owners...
hurting?
There were owners that said, my guys need to stand, and it ended up because of all this... uproar, that their hands basically get tied and they can't discipline these players for not following directions. Basically, they're insubordinate. You know what I mean? Your manager says, hey, you got to go and sweep up this area. No, I'm going to protest and stand in the corner and look at the wall. Like, dude, either do your job or you're fucking fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't got time for this shit. We need to get a job done. And if you're protesting, you could be distracting the other players that take offense to that.
Right.
And they're not going to do their job as well. So it can create moral dilemmas on the team. You know how that goes. You got a bad morale on the team. That's fucking devastating. So, again, leave the politics out of it. You're there to catch a football. You're there to fucking tackle somebody. You're not here for your political views. You're not in government. We don't care what you have to say about politics. You guys probably got passed through college because you're a talented athlete and you're doing what you should be doing, which is play sports. You're talented at that. Do that. No one cares what you have to say about politics. Just like I sell water. No one cares what I have to say about politics. I keep my mouth shut until shit like this comes up, and when I have a talk show, I talk about it.
Sacha says, how does them kneeling before the game affect how they play?
I just explained that.
It doesn't necessarily
it doesn't affect them, but it could offend some of their other players. Right now, Le'Veon Bell's going through. I'm pissed off at him because he's holding out on his contract, right? Yeah. His O-line, Pouncey and the other guy, Foster, they're pissed off right now. That's bad morale. Yeah, it has to do with the flag, but my point is, if there's bad morale on the team, you think they're going to block for him is good? You think they're going to go put their knees on the line if this guy's being greedy and making twice as much as they are, and they're like, fuck this guy? No.
Yeah.
It creates bad morale, and by that, people don't play as hard for other people. Your team starts to suck. And that's how it affects the team.
Some players have broke that down where it goes both ways. Where like some players do things like that, which is completely understandable. You should be there to support your teammates and you're there to win, right?
You made a commitment to a team. So when it gets to a pro level, it's no longer I'm dedicated to the team. It's I'm looking out for my money.
Yeah.
And that's where you
But that becomes a thing. Like a lot of guys know it's a business, right? Like a lot of guys know I only got
7 years
in this league, right? I got to make as much money as I got to make while I'm doing this, right?
I get that, but
yeah,
you still have a commitment to this team. Like growing up through sports, it's never about yourself.
Yeah,
team
but you don't get
first.
paid. You don't get paid when you're in those situations.
Right, but team
either.
comes first, right? It's not about the money at that point. But once you turn pro, then it's like everything you've been taught your whole life about sports, it's about the team, goes out the window, and then it becomes I only care about myself.
But you also want to, like at any job, you want to get paid what you're worth, right?
Sacha says they can give them directions like run this play, but they cannot make them walk a certain way, believe a certain way, stand a certain way. Should your job have the right to tell you how to do everything you do? Should people be able to wear their religious clothing and hats while they're at work? Think about it. No, I don't think so.
People do.
If you can't have religion in government, why would you have it in the private sector of work?
Well, it depends what your business is, obviously.
Well, I'm just saying, if you have the potential...
I mean, if it's not offensive to anybody, I mean, people wear crosses around their neck all the time.
That's true.
They wear earrings that have crosses on them or whatever. You know, they wear religious things,
right.
You know. So they wear religious jewelry. And
I'm just saying,
stuff.
though, like if you hire someone, let's say, that wears a hijab...
Yeah.
You're going to have some customers, and I'm not saying it's a right to just be prejudiced against this person because of what she's wearing, but that is the society we live in. I'm not saying that's right, but as a business, if you are losing customers because you have a waitress or whatever says that wears a hijab and people are like, oh, I'm not coming to this place anymore, potentially that lady could cause your business detriment, and you got to look at the bottom dollar and say, hey, I'm sorry, I got to let you go.
Right, like... That'd be a weird thing to like. I mean, you gotta. The thing is, when you hire someone, you gotta take.
And sorry, real quick, to answer Sacha's, I guess question. They can give him directions like run this play, but they can't make him run a certain way, or walk a certain way. Believe it or not, they do. Okay, they have trainers there that say, hey, you need to have your hip down a little more when you're running. You know what I mean? We learned this in high school. You keep your hips down. They teach you how to run a specific way. They teach you techniques. Yeah, they can't tell you what to believe. Of course, you can't tell anyone what to believe.
Maybe I think she means just in general, though, like a walking down the sideline kind of thing. They won't tell you how to walk.
They tell you stay the fuck off the field. You're not allowed to cross this line on the sideline, right?
That's true.
Okay, so they are telling you where you can and can't walk during your job.
Yet Marshawn Lynch will go out there and steal a golf cart and drive it around the field.
Yeah, that's after the game during celebration. Also agree or disagree with the kneeling. Look how many people are aware of the cause. Bravo, Kaepernick, well done. What is the cause?
The social injustice against black people in society, obviously.
Okay.
That's his whole point. I mean, that's where it all started, obviously, was to bring awareness. There was obviously a lot of riots and cop shootings that were happening at the time.
Okay.
And some of them were unjustified. Some of them, might have been justified. But at the same time, it's to bring awareness that, hey, this is not, cool. This
and
is
has
not
the numbers
has the numbers
dropped since Kaepernick took a knee? Because I'm pretty sure last month there was like 2 weekends in a row where blacks shot blacks in Chicago to the point where like 50 people every weekend died.
Right.
So the kneeling's helping a lot. I'm seeing.
I mean, it
wasn't even. Well, no, it is helping because it wasn't the cops that shot him. They just shot each other.
It's bringing awareness to any situation.
I'm just saying.
I think it's bringing.
There's way deeper problems, and I agree with the fact that we're talking about a TV shoe ad is ridiculous because these problems stem way deeper.
Yeah.
And I just feel like this is some kind of like
money grab.
It's a money grab, but it's also just like some kind of, it's like a smoke screen almost, where it's like, oh, we're going to show you this, but this is like a symptom of the problem. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, there's other people featured, and they just released the commercial today online, and it's going to play on Thursday night for the first game tomorrow night.
Yeah, I watched the commercial, and there are athletes in there that are inspirational.
Yeah.
That have amazing stories. The Williams sisters coming out of Compton, right, putting hard work in and becoming the greatest tennis players of all time. The guy that plays for the Seahawks, dude. The guy, he's a one-armed player.
Right.
And he has one hand, and he's made it to the pros. That's an accomplishment.
No leg, that's like a championship wrestler or whatever.
Yeah, he has no bottom half of his body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those are inspirational stories. There's nothing against those people. You know what I mean? But Colin Kaepernick's he's nobody anymore.
Yeah. And I think
you might as well call Jay Feely and have him be the spokesman.
I mean, they could have used.
Who the fuck is
that's
this?
true. I mean, they could have used any. They could have used any of those athletes that they showed. They could have used Serena Williams as the person in the commercial or whatever. But she
would be a great inspirational story that matches this. You know what I mean?
But I do think it was a little bit of a money grab when you're going, hey, let's put this controversial guy as our face of our commercial, who isn't even really playing sports anymore. And
dude, it's a total.
He gave.
They're exploiting the climate of our society.
Yeah.
They're exploiting it for money.
And that's the thing is you got to look at it from a certain perspective. Is this a social justice statement, or is this just a way to get attention and a money grab for your brand?
Yeah, it's definitely a money grab.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nike wouldn't have done this if they thought they were going to lose money on it. That's absolutely
like you said, they're trying to.
They're smart. They're a big fucking company.
Right.
They know the consequences of what they're going to do. They know the consequences of what they do.
I mean, on this kind of level, you don't know the consequences of what's going to happen.
I
You
think
just kind of go, let's see what happens.
You know you're going to have people burning your shoes and shit. You can see that a mile away. As soon
Those
as they're
guys
gonna
are
put this
idiots.
commercial out-
Those guys are idiots. They already paid for the product.
Yeah.
You're just burning your own money, idiots.
So, yeah. So, I mean, why they use Kaepernick, I get it. It brings attention. It brings attention to your brand. Whether it's good press or bad press.
Just keep following, sheep. Just keep on following.
Sheeple.
Keep on following.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against his cause and what he does.
I'm not against his cause either, but you might want to pick a better company to partner up with if you're talking about social injustice and oppression.
Well,
partner up with a company that pays a fair living wage to their outsourced employees that have pleasant working conditions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you picked a bad company.
Well, and Nike did it because they know that. So Nike's
NFL trying to rebrand themselves
have a deal,
as well.
Yeah, have a deal in place that runs through 2028. The company supplying game day uniforms and sideline apparel to all 32 franchises, and indeed, Nike's iconic swoosh logo is a prominent part of all NFL events. And pretty much, I want to burn my shoes. One current NFL employee said.
I want to burn my shoes.
I want to burn my shoes. There's videos out there. You can just YouTube.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of videos of people burning their shit. But if you don't want to support a company, donate your shit to kids or something.
Yeah, go give it to homeless people. They need shoes. Don't burn it, you fucking idiots.
Go give your socks or whatever to homeless people. Go give it to like people who need it.
Yeah,
like,
go donate it. If you don't want it anymore, go donate it. Don't fucking ruin it. You're just making yourself look stupid.
So obviously, there's people who look at it like Nike chose to pour gasoline on a smoldering fire and let's be completely honest here. Nike isn't honoring Kaepernick. They are intentionally stroking the embers of diversive issue to try to sell shoes.
Ralph says, why don't we hear anything about black on black when it's 100 times the problem? No media. No, there's literally 2 weekends in a row in Chicago that like 50 people got shot. That's the issue. Let's go down. People need to go down. Those areas need to be educated. Like, dude, stop killing each other, you idiots.
And Trump was kind of tempered in his response to this as well.
Oh,
so I thought that was kind of interesting. Is that Snoop Dogg on Tucker Carlson? That's weird. I gotta find the tweet.
Oh, you find it. Well, anyway, I mean. Drama sells. That's true. Drama, sex, drugs, rock and roll, mumble rap, apparently.
So Trump responded on Twitter, just like the NFL, whose ratings have gone way down, Nike is getting absolutely killed with anger and boycotts. I wonder if they had any idea that it would be this way. As far as the NFL is concerned, I just find it hard to watch and always will until they stand for the flag.
That's right. Stand for your country, man.
There was another tweet he put out earlier.
There's a reason why American football exists. America. That's why.
There's a picture
of the shoes. Yeah, there's a picture of some shoes. A flying banana. Did Nike have anyone leave yet due to the whole Kaepernick ordeal? Yeah, Alabama they canceled their contract with them. The University of Alabama cut all Nike uniform supply, and I'm sure there'll be a couple other universities to follow suit after. And again, obviously Oregon's not going to cut ties with them because they get fucking everything for free. So they're going to
represent. Graduated from Oregon, and they're a liberal university too, obviously. So that's not going to be a problem, I don't think.
But look, the bottom line is this guy's irrelevant. He created himself into a liability, and he wasn't. The risk wasn't worth the reward. He lost his job. He's been on the payroll with Nike this whole time up until now that he just finally got this big payout because he did this campaign. I heard MJ and LeBron. Not sure if it's true. No. LeBron supports this whole thing. He's not dropping Nike. No way. And Michael Jordan, yeah, right. That's how he lives off of. All his basketball money got taken from his wife. He lives off Jordans.
Yeah.
So I highly doubt MJ's fucking pulling out of Nike. Plus, none of those guys are more on the Democratic side than they are. Well, LeBron obviously hates Trump.
He's
but,
not a fan of Trump. So.
No, yeah, that's not. I don't think those are true. Hey, thanks, Flying Banana. We appreciate that. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for the follow. Yeah. Oh, the immediate thing was
Flying Banana.
I think he was a little tempered because I guess Nike rents one of his biggest spaces in his like.
Well,
main
that's the
hotel.
thing. Yeah, Nike's off. One of their main offices is in Trump Towers.
Yeah. And
So it's like I said, Nike's playing this fucking social climate for profit.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck either way. They're not gonna pay their Chinese and Malaysian and whatever workers anymore. They could give two shits about oppression and injustice. They're figuring this is an opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
And they're gonna try to use it, which is a sad marketing ploy, if you ask me.
And I kind of see through all the bullshit too. I kind of think that it does have a lot to do with money, and that, and unfortunately, I think for me,
Sacha says, "What the fuck does black on black crime have to do with police disproportionately killing black people?" That's not true. You should really look at the numbers. They don't disproportionately kill black people. They shoot white people just as often. It's just what gets reported. There are separate issues. That's like saying you can't talk about breast cancer because brain cancer. Well, cancer is the root of the problem, whether it's in your titty or your brain. Cancer's cancer.
okay,
But anyway,
I get what she's saying though. You can't compare black on black crime to the issue
my
of
point
black
is
on
this.
black
My
crime
point-
isn't the same as
what it
police
boi-
brutality.
Well, I
of
think the point on that
black
is
people.
if if the black community is so in an uproar of cops killing their people, they kill their people on a way more frequent basis than cops kill them.
Right, but that's not looked as a. I mean,
That's not bad.
it's not looked at as a racial issue. Right?
Black cops kill black people.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but obviously that's not.
Bottom line is, if a cop tells you to fucking stop and do something, listen to the
Did
cop
the-
and you
did
won't
the-
get shot.
The basis is, did the cop kill you because he's a racist? That's the whole thing.
And again, good
does
luck
it
trying to
exist?
prove that. You know how hard it is to prove, like, oh, this guy did it because it's racial. Bottom line is this. If you're going to be upset about losing black lives, you need to be upset about losing black lives. And their blacks are killed a lot less from cops than they are by themselves. So what's the real issue is the question. And that's what I think that whole topic has to do with. If you guys are killing each other at an alarming rate, but you guys are going to make a big stink because a couple of you guys got shot by cops, that doesn't make sense to me. Let's get to the real root of the issue and why are you guys in this situation when you guys are always getting harassed by cops, supposedly? What you know, I can't remember the guy's name. He has a Facebook show.
I mean,
It's like
in some
a real
cases
like
they
mellow-
weren't though. In some cases they didn't do anything. In some cases they were pulled over and they still
Well,
got
then
shot.
there's a bad. That's a bad cop. Then the cop needs to be reprimanded and released and go to jail if that's proven. But like the Michael Brown thing, like that guy reached in the car for the gun. The cop shot him. The guy was a thug. We saw videos of him robbing the convenience store and all this shit. Like that was a thug. Okay, that's what the whole big story was going on at the time he took the knee. Dude, there's good and bad in every situation, but even if it's separate issue, you have a handful of people getting killed by cops, and how many being killed from black on black crime? Exactly, black on crime is not the agenda for Black Lives Matter. The lower percent of cop killing is though. Yeah, exactly. The percentage of blacks getting killed by cops is fucking minuscule compared to blacks killing each other. That's what we need to really stop. You stop that.
It becomes a thing that shouldn't be happening kind of deal. But
like I said, there's what everyone's looking at is a symptom of the actual issues.
Yeah.
The actual issues is there's these low poverty areas, uneducated people. They don't have career opportunities. They resort to violence, crime, drug dealing, shit like that. These areas need to be gentrified, and education needs to be brought in for them. Oh God, dude, you liberals type way too long. The cause is understandable, but the action isn't exactly in direct correlation to the reasoning. There is a fight against racial discrimination and a feeling of abandonment from our government. The flag represents America as a whole, but the fight shouldn't be against the country as a whole. It's definitely a stance against the government, but has offended the people who have to fight for all of America to have the right to protest and have freedom of speech. It's misplaced action is my point, but the reasoning is legit. It's a catch-22, really. We are talking about innocent people and kids being killed by cops that are supposedly to protect people, not criminals killing each other. Again, it's not criminals killing each other. Criminals are killing innocent people too. So, we're talking about Black Lives Matter, but Black Lives only matter if a cop kills them. Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah.
Whether they're getting killed by the neighborhood drug dealer or a robbery gone bad in a bad neighborhood or a misunderstanding with a police officer. You gotta remember, these cops are going into these fucking pretty much military zones and dealing with these people that are desperate in certain ways. You know what I mean? And that's what the real root is. Get these people education, get these people resources to better their environment. And if you can do that, a lot of this stuff will solve itself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, put these people in a better position.
Well, then there's that whole discussion
taking a knee does fucking nothing. What is it doing?
Yeah, then there's that whole discussion about...
You had President Obama in office for 8 years, who is a senator of Chicago.
Yeah.
Where south side of Chicago is one of the worst fucking areas in the nation, besides like Detroit. He did nothing to help that area. You go down there. They did interviews down there to the people, and they're like, Obama didn't fucking help us for shit.
Yeah, that's where the stemming of that. I think that's also part of it. Is just how much is the government getting involved to actually like put money into like these programs that should make these neighborhoods better or do better things.
A lot of people might forget.
Are they purposely just forcing them in the ghettos to fend for themselves?
A lot of people might forget this, but Trump got awarded by the AC. I can't even.
The Nobel Peace.
No, not yet. No, he's gonna get that though eventually with the Korea deal. But anyway, no, he used to get awards from the NAACP for being like the most diverse entrepreneur and shit like that. He got awards from these guys, from like Jesse Jackson and fucking Al Sharpton. This was like maybe 15 years ago, and now he's like super racist all of a sudden. It's so funny how things like flip flop. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. This guy went from being one of you guys' #1 awarded white guys from the NAACP and like these other black and African American activist organizations, and now all of a sudden the narrative is he's like a super racist. Like, come on, people don't just become racist overnight. You know what I'm saying? This will lead us into our next story. Okay, this will lead us into our next story.
All right, yeah, let's move on. Okay, so it's probably going to be our final topic of the night.
Yeah.
But
Flying Banana says Black Lives Matter is a hate group, no better than the KKK. The cop killing someone means more or less they were in fear for their life. More than likely, the person shot by the police was not listening correctly and made a sudden threatening moves towards something. There are rare cases where the shooting is not justified, but most cases are dropped without fault to the officer. And he's right. These guys, every time someone's shot, they investigate it. They find out. The first thing they do was the cop justified in shooting this person. That's the first thing they look at. And in the past couple of years, there's been many cases where they found that the police were not justified, and they got tried as criminals for it.
Right.
So there's progress being made.
Yeah.
In that sense,
there are instances though where it's kind of like the cops should have been prosecuted, but they weren't.
There have been cases of that
there's
too.
There's also a statistic that shows that white police officers involved with black shootings are rarely prosecuted.
Now, can we look at this? What is the number of white officers to the number of African American officers on the force? Usually, there's probably more white officers. Yeah. So maybe some of these African Americans, if they want to see better treatment by police officers, go to the academy, become a cop, be the change from the inside. You know what I mean? Make a difference. Don't just sit there and fucking bitch and moan and say, oh, you guys should treat us better while you're out there selling crack on the corner and shoot someone because they owe you $20. Like, come on.
Well, I think the right people are making a statement for it. I mean, it's not going to be those guys who do it, but there are legitimate like people in the communities and things like that, you know, that are standing out there saying, "Hey, this is not right," you know, and they have a right to be heard. Like if it's justified, like for sure. Like I think. I don't know what the exact statistic is, but I think it's less than 1% of all white officers are ever like prosecuted for a crime involving like a shooting incident against a black male, like a white person against a black male. No. The statistics are really low.
I think one thing police officers forget sometimes is that their job is to protect and serve the people.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get power trips.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We've all met a cop that had a fucking power trip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
We've all been there, whether you're black, white, Asian, Native American, whatever. We've all dealt with those kind of cops. So there's ways of dealing with those kind of people to not get shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to get shot. Just say, okay, whatever. He's going to arrest you? Okay, you got to go to jail. You ain't going to run away from him.
Right.
You're not getting away.
Right.
Stop trying to run away, guys. You're not getting away. You will be caught eventually.
Yeah.
Go in, go through the process. If you're found innocent, then they'll let you go. The problem is that black family has more fear of their 10-year-old boy going outside to play and getting killed than the white family. Yeah, because they live in a ghetto. They're in oppressed areas that's full of crime. The white family usually lives in the suburbs, but there's a lot of black or white families that live in ghettos as well.
Yeah.
Okay? Some of the most ghetto people in the country are the Irish, dude. Look at Boston. That's like some of the most hood places you can go. It's all fucking white Irish people. So there's high income of every race, low income of every race. There's good and bad in every race, guys. We're all here to live and try to prosper, but it shouldn't come at the expense of someone else.
I think the body cams are good.
I think the body cams are great.
Now that's being a common thing that a lot of police forces are needing to have, just so they can show the exact occurrence of events that occur. So
that's a racist, ignorant fucking thing to say. What is that? What did I say?
That because black people are playing in black neighborhoods, they're more worried about.
Is that not true?
Not in every instance, but
so
I mean, but you also brought up that white people.
So
are
you would let
ghettos,
you would let your 10-year-old son go play in the south side of Chicago? Fuck no! I don't care if you're white, black, Mexican, whatever. Don't go outside and play. It's a dangerous neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's not a racist thing to say. Unfortunately, that's where these people live. How is that racist? That's a fact. That's the problem with you guys are so sensitive. I'm stating facts here, and you're racist. You're ignorant. Trust me, I'm not ignorant. I went to college. I'm very well educated. I speak well, and I'm trying to speak with you and have open dialogue. But if you're gonna get aggro about it, that's your choice.
She obviously doesn't like what you're saying.
Oh, that's fine. That's her opinion. Black people that we're talking about, if you're talking about a 10-year-old being scared to go outside and play, that sounds like a ghetto to me. I don't think he's going to be scared to come out in Milani Malka and play in the neighborhood. It's not a ghetto. Sorry.
Everything that is fact is racist when someone has an agenda.
Oh, Flying Banana's a smart guy. Or girl. We don't know. Sacha, relax. Cheers. Let's have a beer. Let's not get all butthurt about things. We're just having a conversation here.
I can see her turning red right now in front of her.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm going to get another beer and then we'll get
I'm going to
into this
ruffle
next
some
thing.
feathers here and there. And I didn't say all black people live in the ghetto. I have black friends that live right down the street from me and we don't live in the ghetto. But from what you said, the problem is that a black family has more fear of the 10-year-old boy going outside to play and getting killed than a white family. I'm assuming you're not talking about the white or the black kids that live in the suburbs going out and getting killed. I live in a nice neighborhood and watch my daughter's black friends who are walking with her to go volunteer get harassed by police. Okay? Did you go up to the police and say, hey, these are good kids, leave them alone? Just curious.
I mean, some of the cops in Vegas are pretty fucking...
Yeah, like I said, cops have power trips, dude. there's good and bad cops everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think race has anything really to play in it.
The
same boy happens to be a Republican and now attends Duke University. So that's amazing. Good for him. Obviously, he wasn't the 10-year-old boy you were talking about being scared to go get shot.
I get that. Like, you never know. Like, it's always been a thing. It's always been a thing where, sometimes a black person's got to look over their shoulder when there are cops around. Just because they're not sure what the cop's agenda is, right? Like, and white people
First of all, guys,
white people don't have to deal with that.
Cops don't go out on a daily basis and they're like, let's see how many black people we can shoot.
Some cops do. Some people do. Some people do it even when they're not cops. Or they want to see.
Yeah, those are fucking called KKK members.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. They want to shoot you, but maybe they want to ruin your day somehow.
Yeah.
Or maybe they want to make you fear. Or maybe they want to remind you.
Flying banana says, the kid that you're talking about that's going to Duke University and happens to be a Republican, his parents probably taught him really well not to be confrontational with the cops. If the cops want to see your ID, show them your ID. Don't fucking talk back to them and cause them a hard time. If you're cool to a cop, hey, they're gonna let you go, dude. Like, okay. You're obviously not an issue. They don't give a shit. They're not out to ruin people's days. If they see someone they think is suspect, they're going to stop and question them. If you show them, hey, I'm just doing my daily routine, I'm not a suspect, they'll put you on your way.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say in Hawaii, though. It's a little different when you're in other places.
If anything, I'm the minority in Hawaii. Yeah. I'm a big white guy. I've been harassed by little local cops
We
before.
don't deal with that here, though. It's different. I think until you see it,
bro. I've had a cop tell me "fuck you" to my face after I was just questioning what am I getting pulled over for? He goes "fuck you," and he was just a local cop. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah. I just complied. I went along and did my thing.
But is it because you're white?
Maybe, but do you see ruining my fucking day? Did I get shot? No,
but
I complied. I did what I was supposed to do, and
but that doesn't happen to you. That hasn't historically happened to you, to your race.
In Hawaii?
Over time.
In Hawaii?
Well, I'm just in Hawaii in Hawaii.
And I think Hawaii's an exception, bro. White people are prejudiced against in Hawaii. There's a term, fucking haole. I hear it quite often. So, come on. It's how you take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Maybe not hundreds of years, but who knows?
So, Sacha, if the kid would have just said, "Oh, officer, I'm actually walking down here to volunteer at the YMCA or the soup kitchen or whatever," the cop might have been like, "Oh, shit, really? Okay." And from that day forward, he probably, "Hey, that kid right there," dude, it just takes open dialogue. You don't have to be, as soon as the cop comes up to you, it doesn't have to be a big deal. Like, "Oh, officer, I'm just going down here to volunteer," blah, 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 blah. At that point, if he's your neighborhood officer, he's going to remember this kid.
How are you going to feel, though, if, like, take your situation, you said, you got pulled over and you just asked the cop, "Oh, I'm sorry, what did I do wrong?" And he goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Like, what if a black kid gets that reaction from a cop? What if the cop pulls up, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Do what I just did.
And then the person says, "Sorry, nothing, officer. I'm just, is there a problem or anything?"
That's all I says. "Sorry, officer."
And then what if the officer says, stay out of trouble, you effing enter.
Well, then you can call his supervisor and say, "Yo, your cop just called me the N-word."
You're a kid, though. You're going to be scared to death of that shit.
Dude, you got to teach your kids. You don't have to be scared to death. As long as the guy's not pulling a gun at the moment, you have every right to call a superior officer and make a complaint.
You can't ignore the fact that it happens, though, right? It definitely happens.
I'm sure it does, dude. Like I said, it happened to me.
Okay.
So, yeah, I acknowledge that happens. I'm not saying every cop on the force is a good cop.
So you're acknowledging there is a problem with it still, though, right?
I'm saying anywhere you go, there's going to be people that are assholes, whether they're a cop or if they're a fucking employee at Walmart and you ask where the toothpaste is.
Well, we're not talking about being an asshole. We're talking about being a racist. There's cops.
I think being a racist is being an
asshole. Well, it's not the same thing, though. It's a discrimination based on your skin color or the way you look.
And again, yes, there's nothing you can do in the world that's going to stop people from having a predisposition according to how you look.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. They're always going to have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, used to get in trouble with cops, have done something to deserve it until I saw this shit happen in real life. Well, hey, like I said, talk to the cops.
Yeah.
You could have. Did you? Like I ask you again, Sacha? Did you go up to that officer when you saw him harassing that kid and say, hey, officer, that's my neighbor. He's a really good kid. He's going to volunteer. Did you go up and say anything to the cop?
Right.
I'm assuming you didn't because you haven't responded to my answer.
But that's the point.
So if you really see injustice in the world and you want to make a difference, there was your chance to go make a difference.
But that's the point is, like,
you didn't do
it's
it.
easy for people to just play it off and ignore it. Like, oh, that happens every now and then. Whatever. No big deal. Deal with it. But if you do that, then people don't realize that it actually happens at all. You know what I mean? And that's the whole point, is that you need to bring awareness that this kind of thing happens.
I testified against
people.
cops and went and a year later had a warrant out for my arrest and went to jail for obstruction an officer. Dude, what's cracking? What's up, Ryan? How you doing? You testified against an officer and a year later had a warrant out for your arrest due to testifying in court? That makes no sense. You must have done something illegal if you had a warrant out. Maybe you had a bench warrant. Did you show up to the next trial?
Well, yeah, if it's a court thing, then it shouldn't be. But maybe they had to be unrelated things, I would think. Maybe. Unless the cop was getting back at her. And
you can't. The cop just can't make a warrant. You need a judge to make a warrant. So unless you pissed off the judge and they're working in some kind of conspiracy against you, Sacha, no offense, but I don't think you're that important to where the judge and the cop are going to create some kind of conspiracy against you. But anyway, we had to take my vehicle out of my name because if my taillight went out, 6 cops would pull up with their guns drawn. Again, you can't have a warrant without a judge approving it, so you did something.
there was this time at band camp.
Yeah.
But I'm with the fact that you can't just completely you can't play it off to a situation where like, oh, this is normal, or this is a thing that happens every day, or like you just need to get over it, or you just need to deal with it.
But wait, Sacha,
you need to.
You're white.
Yeah, hold on. Hold
How
on.
You're
Ignore
white.
that for now. I'm just trying to make a point.
So obviously,
I'm like, you need to
if they are bad cops, they do bad shit to white people too.
Yeah, you need to make people aware that it actually happens, though. You can't ignore that it doesn't happen at all, like, because then that's just being ignorant.
So they charge you with obstruction of an officer, but never told you. But you were in court testifying against the officer. And here goes the bashing without any response to the question. Yeah. They charge you with obstruction of an officer, and they had you in court, but then they arrested you later. That makes no sense. They would have arrested you right there where they had you in court. Sacha, you did something else, but that's okay. You don't have to divulge any information to us. We know how the legal system works.
All right, I think we need a shot.
You sons of bitches.
Let's move on from the topic. I agree with bringing awareness to the situation. Maybe not how Kaepernick did it was the best way to do it. I get, as an employer, you don't want to, someone to disrupt the sale of your product or that kind of thing either. If it affects your company and the culture, then that's probably a problem too, right? So I get that kind of aspect of it, but at the same time, there definitely should be awareness brought to the fact that it does happen, and it's not always because of the situation that black people are in. It's also related to just some cops are racist, and they're if someone's being pulled over or arrested or anything, it should have just cause to it. It shouldn't just be a speculation kind of thing and done on a whim.
So I just want to say this too. Don't get me wrong.
But the body cams are good.
Yeah, I think the
Put
body
cams on all the cops. We need to see what these guys are doing in the streets, and then we can maybe analyze. Technology is going to be a great fucking thing for this, because down the road,
I agree.
It'll be either more prevalent that this is happening, or you'll be able to see the situations more and be able to judge for yourself. That's the whole thing, is being able to see the situation and judge for yourself.
Right. I agree with that. And again, I'm not opposed to Kaepernick protesting this. I'm opposed of how he protested it.
Right.
Okay. I understand. I agree that there are cops out there that are prejudiced.
Yeah.
And that's an issue. They need to figure out a way to hire cops and determine with a psychological test or whatever if they're prejudiced. You want people out there that are supposed to, serve and protect the people, that are level-headed, that can go into a situation and listen to both sides and come out with a just result. But that's not always the case, and that's unfortunate. And I just want to reiterate, I have friends of every culture and class, and I'm sorry if I offended Sacha earlier and she went off and called me a fucking racist and shit, but that's okay. I understand she's passionate about this. So that's that. But there's a way to do things. There's a proper channel to take, and they didn't take the proper channel. And again, you don't have freedom of speech when you're on the clock. That's
so
what it boils down to.
do you support Kaepernick's move to join up with Nike?
I think it's a real disgraceful grab at money by Nike due to the climate of our society right now.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just pandering to make a dollar.
Is it an appropriate place for him to make this stance?
You know, I don't care what Kaepernick does now because he's not in the league. You know what I mean? If he wants to do this big campaign and go for it. Whatever.
And Nike
you
obviously
want to be the guy,
says that
go
we're
be
cool
the
with
guy.
this. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm all for him protesting and having his freedom of speech. It's just the way he did it to begin with was wrong. And they made this big stink like the NFL was wrong for telling them not to kneel. And the fact of the matter is they had every right to tell him not to kneel.
Yeah.
So he made himself a liability. Teams aren't going to deal with that. He doesn't have the talent to deal with the liability. It wasn't worth it. So that's where he ended up. And if he can make a living and become like the next Malcolm X or whatever, hey, all the power to him. I'm all for I want everybody to feel safe in the streets. I want everybody to be able to shake each other's hand, give each other a hug, walking down the street, regardless of race or ethnicity or whatever. I'm a very open person. I like to be friends with all different types of people. I like to know different people's points of views. But basically, we got to get rid of the hate, man. You know what I mean? Like, we should be able to sit here and have a conversation and not call each other fucking racist and, you know, names and shit like that. We're just having a conversation. And these conversations are what lead to change. You know what I mean? Regardless of if my point of view doesn't necessarily line up with yours, let's talk and let's figure it out till we can get to a point where we can compromise and say, okay, we both agree at this point. Let's shoot for this goal. You know what I'm saying? But again, people just got to let go of the hate. So that's where I stand. And I'm not opposed to whatever he's doing with Nike now. That's up to him. If Nike wants to take this stance, I think they're going to lose some contracts because there are very political strict schools.
Yeah.
That, like Alabama, for instance, is the first one coming out. They're cutting contracts with them. So it is what it is. But, yeah, like, dude, I'm all for everybody. Let's just fuck this black, white, Asian, Native American. We're Americans, right? Let's just be American, bro.
Yeah.
You want to come into this country as an immigrant? That's fine. Come legally, and you become an American.
Well, that's where I think a lot of people are confused on what
Let's be Americans.
What being an American is nowadays. There's so many different opinions and views and voices and so much politically correct culture and social injustice culture that, like, people don't know. Like, people are too afraid of offending other people, I think, in a lot of instances.
Sasha, you're funny.
And I just think, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say what a real American is these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think really the American dream has changed. People want to come here and
people
and
know
prosper
they love
and
their country.
live
They
the
love their
best
country.
life.
They want to,
Yeah.
They want to prosper. They want to, you know, the land of
And
opportunity.
if that's what you want to come do, you want to come here and put in work and do good in America and what's the word I'm looking for? Contribute to our society. Great, I'm all for you coming here. But if you want to come here and freeload and fucking take advantage of the system, I'm not for that, bro. I got enough fucking my money's going to enough fucking people in prison and shit I got to pay for. I don't need to pay for illegal immigrants coming over here and living off my dollar too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have veterans that are starving that have fought for us to have freedom. We need to feed these guys before we feed these guys coming in illegally. I'm all for legal immigration. I employ a legal immigrant. Great guy. One of my favorite employees. You know what I mean? And he's the same. I was like, so what, you worried about Trump? He's like, I'm here legally, man. Like, I did all my shit's good. I don't have to worry about that shit. He doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Do things the right way, and you won't have issues. When you try to do things and go around cut corners, that's when you get fucking problems. You know what I mean?
I guess Sweden's dealing with the
Well, Germany just had a huge protest, protesting they call it the Islamic invasion, and people were wearing all the pictures of people that were killed by illegal refugees, basically, and stuff.
And Sweden's going through their elections here pretty soon too, and that's going to be a big because Sweden's accepted the most immigrants or refugees. 600,000 refugees they accepted.
Wow.
So,
Sasha, there is not a proper channel when innocent children are being killed. Screw proper channels. Okay. How do you figure that she was white? I know Sasha from Vegas.
We know Sasha, yeah.
Gotta respect the hustle from Kaepernick, but I can't believe Nike gave him the opportunity to do do it with this platform.
I
I'm
can
torn
believe it.
on sneakers to buy now. Nike with Cap, Kanye with Adidas, New Balance with healthy people. I'm just going to barefoot like Jesus.
Well, New
That's
Balance
funny.
had a new ad with Trump today. No, it was a fake ad, but you can look that up. Look up the Trump ad with New Balance. It's pretty funny.
That's funny. But anyway,
I can talk with you and still say your viewpoint is racist as fuck.
I don't think it's racist. Why? Because you said the 10-year-old kid's worried about going outside and getting shot. To me, that sounds like you're talking about a ghetto. I just went one off you were saying, bro. So take it how you want. But I walk out in my neighborhood. It doesn't matter what color you are. You're not worried about getting shot in my neighborhood. So I'm assuming you're talking about a bad neighborhood. Sorry.
Or some parts of Vegas.
Some parts of Vegas are the worst.
What about Under Armour? Oh,
Under Armour's smart. They keep their fucking mouth shut and they just sell shit.
I know. That's the funny thing is everybody's talking about Under Armour, but yeah, I mean, it is to me when you have companies as big as the NFL and Nike involved. All I think about is it all comes down to money.
Look, bottom line is if you just live your life and treat everybody equally, and with the same respect, we won't have these type of issues. Okay, you give places. There's certain places in this country that need a stimulation. You know what I mean? Like they need industry to come in. It'd be awesome if Nike would come in and put a factory in Detroit or come in and put a factory in the south side of Chicago, give these people jobs so they can get some money, better their community, better their education opportunities, get out of this fucking rut that these neighborhoods are in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with Boston, dude. The fucking
Flint
south side
still
of
has
Boston.
shitty water.
Dude, if I had the money, I'd go open another fucking water company in Flint. I'd be a millionaire overnight.
This
They gotta
weekend,
drink bottled water.
This week in Flint, they stopped kids from drinking out of the fountains and shit in all the public schools.
They should have stopped that shit 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you mean they just stopped it?
Yeah, I guess they switched the water supply and they said it was safe, but it was actually worse than the other.
Oh yeah, so did you read that article too? That the new trade deal with Mexico.
What are they paying for the wall?
It's like $100-something million, hundreds of millions of dollar trade deal that we're gonna be making $100 million. And so I saw this meme. He goes, "Trump's so good, he's got Mexico paying for a wall, and they don't even fucking know it." It's true. They're paying with that new trade deal. They're gonna pay for that fucking wall. Watch, the wall's only supposed to cost $25 billion, and this
only $25 billion.
And the trade deals are worth hundreds of billions.
Is it really worth the wall being built? Like,
yeah.
Does it really keep that many people out?
Did you see these walls, dude? They ain't climbing that shit with ease, man. These things are like fucking sheer with like these.
Yeah,
fucking...
but majority of immigrants come in on a plane. You know that, right?
They're not coming in on a plane, dude. They're coming in fucking in tunnels from fucking Mexico.
Well, you're just talking about Mexico. That's like.
What else would the wall from across Mexico border stop?
You know how long that wall
it ain't stopping people coming in from Europe, motherfucker. Do you know geography? Jesus Christ. Of course it's stopping the people coming in from South America. Come on. Electrify that shit. No, we don't need a bunch of fucking hot tamales on the wall. I talked to a stripper in Tempe, and she told me it was just her night job to pay tuition at ASU. God bless those itties.
Those exclamation mark titties?
Titties. Damn it, Chris. Okay, so let's hit this final story because we're running out of time here, folks. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you, I'm sure.
Okay, let's do the shot because I think we need to wind down a little bit.
Wait,
Let's bring it back.
grab me a Coke and I need a beer.
This is still kind of related, but we're going to kind of switch gears a little bit.
We're going to the other side. Oh, Sacha. I'll give her a nice hug. I'm sure she'll punch me in the face. I'm pretty sure she has before.
Oh, that's right. Player one says, "Damn it, Chris."
Player one, dude, he's a man. Him
Damn
and
it,
his
Chris.
wife always
Oh, it's
watching
just
me
King
play
Milk.
boring video games.
hey, I'm here to play devil's advocate with Tony, and he's here to do the same. So
Yeah.
it's all about the conversation, like we said.
Yeah.
You know, and we
Again-
enjoy you guys chiming in. No matter what your viewpoint is on the whole situation, we like to hear it from both sides, and that's all. It's all about the discussion. So
Yeah.
let's do the shot. Cheers, guys.
Oh, why is yours smaller than mine? Nah.
I highly doubt that. Cheers.
Cheers.
I highly doubt that because I like to drink Jameson more than you do.
Woo. Okay. What's next on the agenda, Chris?
All right. So news was breaking today.
It's Trump news.
If it wasn't already, it's always Trump news.
Oh, you gotta love him.
As long as that guy's on Twitter.
All I really have to say is I don't get to protest at work, so he shouldn't have to know better place, better time.
But
That's
yeah,
all.
moving forward.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
But yes.
And he'd still be a third stringer. I agree.
Thanks for
But yeah,
chiming in,
moving
Claire.
forward.
Okay. So, big news today that hit the news wire about 4 hours before this show started, 4 or 5 hours. So, the New York Times published an article in an op-ed by an anonymous Trump senior administrator
Yes.
or advisor, someone close to his. Now, this could be secretary. This could be I don't know, page. I don't know. This could be like
This could also be bullshit.
anybody working within the White.
It could also
White
be
House.
bullshit, but like you go on.
It could also be bullshit. It also
Yeah.
could be a person. Who knows who this could be?
Yeah.
Especially, that's a big questionable thing because
There's no credibility if no one's gonna vouch of who's saying this. You know what I mean?
It's
But I'm not
curious
saying
how this is popping up close to a story that to a book that's about to be released by a guy over at the Washington Post about Trump.
Night Lanny.
God, I can't remember the other guy's name. But a lot of people are saying, hey, this is kind of coincidental because this guy's book's coming out in a week and it's bashing Trump. And this may have something to do with it. So,
Okay, go on.
but anyway, so here's the quote from the Times at the top of the article. I'll go through it with you guys. I don't know if you want me to read the whole thing. I'll post the link in the comments right now. So if you guys want to check out the article and read along with us, you can go ahead and join us on there. And go ahead and you can copy and paste that in your browser. And it's on the New York Times. This is where this broke. Okay. So the Times today is, this is the article. The Times today is taking a rare step of publishing an anonymous op-ed essay. We have done so at the request of the author, a senior official in the Trump administration whose identity is known to us and whose job would be jeopardized by its disclosure. We believe publishing this essay anonymously is the only way to deliver an important perspective on our readers. We invite you to submit a question about the essay or our vetting process here. So the New York Times has claimed they vetted whoever they're getting this op-ed from. So they know who it
they're
is.
saying we know the person.
They're saying we know the
Oh,
person. We
okay.
vetted them. They're legit. So that's what they're saying, or they're
So we gotta
claiming at least.
take the New York Times' word.
Who we
for
all
it.
know President Trump loves. We all know
Just
that.
saying, we gotta take their credibility.
I
Okay,
think Trump quoted saying,
let's take
"The
it.
New York Times would be out of business if it wasn't for me."
Probably right.
So, okay.
I think most newspapers would be.
So I don't know if I want to read this whole thing because it's kind of long. Like I said, follow along with the article. You want to join
I
us?
wonder. One question. I wonder if the color orange for printing purposes have went up, increased the use. Just saying. See, I can make jokes too.
All right. So here I'm quoting the op-ed. President Trump is facing a test to his presidency unlike any faced by any modern American leader. It's not just that the special counsel looms large or that the country is bitterly divided over Mr. Trump's leadership, or even that his party might well lose the House to an opposition hell-bent on his downfall. The dilemma, which he does not fully grasp, Donald Trump, is that many of the senior officials in his own administration are working diligently from within to frustrate parts of his agenda and his worst inclinations. I would know. I am one of them.
So basically, this guy's admitting to being on the inside and trying to manipulate with. So he's basically working as a spy.
Well, basically, they're saying, okay, here, let me continue.
Would this be okay? Go ahead, continue.
To be clear, ours is not the popular resistance of the left. We want the administration to succeed and think that many of its policies have already made America safer and more prosperous. But we believe our first duty to this country and to the president continues to, we believe in our first duty to this country, and the president continues to act in a manner that is detrimental to the health of our republic. That is why many Trump appointees have vowed to do what we can to preserve our democratic institutions while thwarting Mr. Trump's more misguided impulses until he is out of office.
So can we just agree on one thing? Trump's not crazy for thinking there's people inside working against him.
Oh, absolutely not.
So he's not crazy.
I think a lot of people knew that. I think a lot of people knew that. But if this person is real and is telling their truth.
My question would be, okay, to me, you're working on the inside. You're showing one face to the president, but you're doing things behind his back.
What do politicians do, though?
No, I understand that, but
not that I'm saying it's right.
To me,
that's what politicians
but
do.
But you were appointed by him as part of his cabinet or whatever, and to his face you're doing one thing, and you're going behind his back. To me, this trickles on treason.
Treason?
You're manipulating.
There was a Trump tweet. Treason?
You're manipulating.
Why the question mark?
You're manipulating the.
Why not exclamation marks? Why did he put question mark? Like treason question mark?
Dude, is he the best?
Or should it be treason?
Is he Edgar
like
Allan Poe?
mark?
Come on, give this guy a break once in a while.
It's the difference between an exclamation mark and a question mark.
I get it. I get it. But maybe he's unsure.
Treason?
Is
yeah.
someone? Is there a mutiny already?
Is
a mutiny. Obviously, there's a mutiny inside his cabinet.
Treason.
So he's not crazy for the things he's been saying. Like, these people are fucking trying to work against me.
Right.
He's not crazy for that. Now, I will say this about Trump. He doesn't do himself any favors with his tweets. That right there, if he stopped that, I think a lot of people would feel a lot better if he would just stop with the tweeting.
He's so exposed in his
thought process. Yeah, you don't want to show your deck. You don't want to show your cards. You know what I mean?
The house of cards.
Keep that into yourself. Think what you want. Act. Do what the country needs you to do. But the fact that there's someone inside basically saying, I'm a spy on the inside, and I'm manipulating what's happening.
I wouldn't say a spy. They're claiming that they're...
What? He's working on the inside. What is that?
Well,
he's doing the opposite. He's manipulating things on the inside. He's a spy.
Well, is he manipulating things, or are they...
It says they're thwarting whatever his agenda is.
Okay.
So they're stopping what the president wants to do.
I'm not against you. I think you're right. I think... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's... all right, so let me just continue with a couple more paragraphs here. The root of the problem is the president's amorality.
Ryan says this is an argument of balls versus sack. Just hope she sucks both, right? I agree.
The root of the problem is the president's amorality. Anybody who works with him knows he's not moored to any discernible first principles that guide his decision making.
I think Ryan was talking about Bill, though.
Although he was elected as a Republican, the president shows little affinity for ideals long espoused by conservatives: free mind, free markets, and free people. At best, he has invoked these ideals in scripted settings. At worst, he's attacked them outright. In addition to mass marketing of the notion that the press is the enemy of the people, President Trump's impulses are generally anti-trade and anti-democratic.
Anti-trade? I don't know about that. I think he's just looking out to benefit America in these trades.
Don't get me wrong. There are bright spots that the near ceaseless negative coverage of the administration fails to capture. Effective deregulation, historic tax reform, and a more robust military, and more.
This guy agrees that there's ceaseless coverage of negative aspects for Trump.
Right. So he's saying there's things that are being done that are positive that Trump supports. And we are supporting those things.
On those things. But when he goes off basically what this guy is trying to say is, I'm controlling the president from being a crazy fucker, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, they're trying to keep him in a box, is what they're trying to do.
That's what they were hired to do.
So he said, don't get me wrong. Okay, but these successes have come despite, not because of, the president's leadership style, which is impetuous, adversarial, petty, and ineffective.
A typical businessman. Look at any millionaire businessman. They act like that. That's why they're millionaires.
Okay, I'm just going to read things off, and you can just
I'm gonna
your comments.
I'm gonna.
and I'll listen and I'll rebuttal if I need to. From the White House to executive branch departments and agencies, senior officials will privately admit their daily disbelief at the commander-in-chief's comments and actions. Most are working to insulate their operations from his whims. Meetings with him veer off topic and off the rails. He engages in repetitive rants, and his impulsiveness results in half-baked, ill-informed, and occasionally reckless decisions that have to be walked back.
So I work with a similar boss. I don't know if you guys know my dad, but I work with similar conditions.
Yeah.
And you just got to have the right people in there to let him do his rant, but then focus him onto what needs to be done.
Right. So is this giving you the feeling of like someone who's against him or someone who's more trying to channel him down?
It sounds like someone obviously that's trying to be like a handler. You know what I mean? Like he's promoting the good stuff, which is good.
Right.
The stuff that's working. Keep focused on that. And then he's trying to refocus him on his craziness to actually put something in the process.
Kind of like American Chopper. Like the dad.
That's kind of my work environment too. But my dad's not as buff.
All right, I'm going to skip over this. The erratic behavior would be more concerning if it weren't for unsung heroes around the White House. Some of his aides have been cast as villains by the media, but in private, they have gone to great lengths to keep bad decisions contained to the West Wing, though they are clearly not always successful. It may be cold comfort in this chaotic era, but Americans should know that there are adults in the room. We fully recognize what is happening, and we are trying to do what is right even when Donald Trump won't. This result is a two-track presidency. Now, this is where like a lot of people are like, whoa, what is going on? Why are you saying two-track presidency? Take foreign policy in public and private. President Trump shows a preference for autocrats and dictators, such as Vladimir Putin and North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un.
And I think what that, in reference to that, I think he respects that kind of leadership where they can just lay down the hammer and people fucking do what they say. He's a businessman. You remember, businessmen, if you're a fucking CEO of the company, you lay down the hammer, people do what you say.
Right.
That's how he's used to running things, okay? Yeah. So when you are a CEO or a president of a company, you're pretty much a dictator, okay? That's how a lot of companies are ran. Sometimes you get nice dictators.
That's how a lot of people view you as
sometimes you don't,
Definitely these like old school
You get good and
companies.
bad bosses, you know what I mean? You get good and bad bosses. So you guys all seen the movie Horrible Bosses? The Pellin chemical guy, nice boss. You know what I mean? The son, not so much. You know what I mean? So it all depends. Like, let's be honest. We've all known who Donald Trump is before he ran for president. He's a difficult guy. He wants it his way. If he's not going to get it his way, he's going to fucking cause a fucking issue.
I agree with that.
So we all knew that, him going into this.
But
people still voted for him.
Business,
he said he's going to run this company like it's a business. We all voted for him. He won the election. Sorry, guys.
Right. When your VP or your manager of operations or whatever is disagreeing with you, then
bro,
you say,
either you do what I'm saying or you get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm the president.
Right.
That's how companies are ran.
But that's the question.
What we got to remember is we have a bipartisan government.
Have a democracy.
So the way it's supposed to be working is the president does his thing. If he wants to pass something, it goes through the Senate and Congress. They are supposed to be the checks and balances, right? Okay. So what it just sounds like to me,
so a country doesn't fail because businesses fail.
Businesses fail all the time,
on bad CEO decisions.
Yeah, it does. They do.
All the time.
Sometimes the economy fucks you over. Sometimes, something things that you can't control.
Or sometimes they do better because of your CEO
Exactly. So, on the note of, read that last part again. Sorry.
So it said, it may be cold comfort in this chaotic era, but Americans should know that there are adults in the room, and we fully recognize. Oh, sorry.
See, don't patronize the president. He's in a position he's in for a reason.
Take foreign policy.
Don't say there's adults in the room.
Take foreign policy in public and in private. President Trump shows. Well, fuck. I just zapped my fucking computer into another part of the article.
It's Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She's the white whale of all of this. Now that chick has some big balls.
She does.
I like her, dude. She's funny. I think she's funny the way she handles the reporters.
she's a straight shooter, like,
and a woman.
Not that she's telling the
You
truth
know,
all
this
the time.
this racist,
Not that
sexist
she's
president
telling the
just
truth all the
putting
time.
a woman out there to talk for him.
But if you want someone to speak for you,
I'd pick her.
she'd be the person.
She can
to
handle
speak for you.
anything too. That girl can fucking
Whether
do
you're
a job.
whether you're a person I disagree with or not, she's the kind of person you would want to speak for you.
Yeah.
That's what I wouldn't disagree with that. In public and in private, President Trump shows a preference for autocrats and dictators such as Vladimir Putin and North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un, and displays little genuine appreciation for the ties that bind us to allied, like-minded nations.
Yeah. Okay. So again, one thing you gotta remember: he runs things like a business, so that's why I think he has like a little bit of, respect for these guys because they fucking are. These guys are hard ass leaders. You know what I mean? They lay down they say something, shit happens. That I can see, in a sense, I could respect Putin on that level. You know what I mean? Like, to be
I don't respect him at all.
I'm just saying, I'm saying as like a leadership, like to be like the guy to just be like, do it or you're fucking gonna get it. Like
Or you're gonna die.
There's a you gotta kind of be like, okay, I respect him, but you don't want to fuck with that guy.
Because he'll
So
kill
in a
you.
sense, in a sense, it's a form of respect. Like,
Same with
I don't
Kim
want
Jong-un.
problems with this guy.
If you fuck with me, I'll just kill
Right.
you.
Well, I'm not saying that's good.
It's a little
but
more extreme. It's not like you just get fired. You got to find another job.
I
It's like
I understand
you're
that,
dead.
but
You don't come back.
What I'm saying is,
or you disappear.
I think that's what they're trying to get at. Is he shows like some kind of glimmer to these guys because, in a sense, as a businessman, they have power, and I think he respects power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think that they're getting at there. And that last part that you read that one more time. Right after the Putin thing.
He displays little genuine appreciation for the ties that bind us to allied, like-minded nations.
Right. Okay. So what it comes to there, I think, is that the guys that are our allies, we've been giving amazing deals to. Like, we hook them up. And I think he's at the point where, like, dude, we're done giving you handouts. It's time you guys start paying. And I think that's why he causes trouble with our so-called allies. It's time they start paying. Like, same thing with the Paris Accord and all that shit. Why are we always coming out of pocket? Where are these other countries paying and doing their share? It's always America that's got to fucking foot the bill. Fuck that, dude. I agree with him 100%. Like, if it's gonna cause us not to be allies because you want to live off our pocketbooks, fuck you guys. We don't need you as allies. You're a drain on our economy. You know what I mean?
If we're the main money
I think that's where he
maker for
comes
the whole
off being brash to our so-called allies because they're not allies all the time. A lot of times they're fucking leeches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So pay your share, do what you need to do for your country, and then we can be friends. You know what I mean?
I mean, the EU right now is kind of a clusterfuck with like all kinds
dude.
of legislation and things they got going on right now.
All of that shit.
The whole copyright laws and things like that too are getting
Bill
crazy
Gates for
over there.
president 2020.
And yeah,
I don't know about Bill Gates.
Michael
for
Moore,
president. I'm voting for The Rock. No, I'm just kidding.
who made the documentary The Fahrenheit 9/11? Michael Moore, right?
Michael Moore.
He said Trump's going to be president for the next 2 terms unless.
Oh, I think he's going to win his next term again.
He predicted that Trump was going to win, and he said Trump's going to be president for the next 2 elections unless someone like Michelle Obama or someone comes say that people love Michelle Obama.
But she is not a president. I'm sorry, she's not president.
I don't think she's not going to run for president.
You're not going to be president.
But that's the thing is like unless someone like huge like that actually makes the attempt to become president for the Democrats, then like they don't have a chance. So that's what he's saying.
And don't get me wrong, I'm all for a woman president if it's the right woman. I'm not just going to vote for the first woman that runs. You know what I mean? Like that shouldn't be the criteria. Like, oh, it's time we got to vote a woman in. No.
Yeah.
If it's the right woman and she's got leadership qualities and she's smart and can run this country great, I'll vote for her.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to a woman.
No, absolutely
but
not.
I'm not going to just vote for a woman because, we need to have at least one.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, it's not a fucking...
that didn't work in the last election.
Yeah, obviously it didn't. Yeah, it didn't. So,
astute observers have noted, though, that this is continuing the article. Astute observers
Flying
have
Banana
noted,
says if Trump legalizes weed federally, he has the next term uncontested. I agree on that. Because bottom line, that sounds funny, but if weed was to be legalized federally, dude, that's a huge $100 billion industry.
Put it all into education, please.
Put it all into education. And tell kids not to smoke weed, so it's all there for me.
Okay, so the person goes on. On Russia, for instance, the president was reluctant to expel so many of Putin's spies as punishment for the poisoning of a former Russian spy in Britain, which Britain came out today and said they found out exactly who these guys were, and they were Russian spies.
Yeah. So Ryan just says, we all know she's a dude in real life. Look it up on the internet. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Michelle Obama. That's not nice. That's not nice, Ryan.
He can. There's something about her. I don't know. I think she's kind of hot, but there's something about
dude,
it. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
You're
I like a woman in charge.
individual.
I like a woman in
She's
charge.
not in charge of anything. All the only thing she was in charge of was school lunches.
Don't tell me she doesn't run that. She doesn't run Barack Obama's shit.
She was in charge of implementing better school lunches for schools.
All
That's all she was in charge of.
All she had to do was stand
play
in
for
the-
60 minutes.
Nah,
That's it.
you
That's
don't
what
know.
she was in charge
She
of.
was the woman behind the scenes. I guarantee it.
So you're saying Barack Obama's wife ran the country?
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying she had maybe a lot of influence in the decisions he was making.
I think she's a strong black lady, and I think if Barack pissed her off, she fucking laid down the law. I could agree with that, but I don't think she had any fucking political influence.
I don't know.
Her and Oprah are dudes.
Well, guess what? They both got a lot of money, and yeah.
Oprah, I can see having a lot of money, but you shouldn't be you shouldn't make millions in politics. You're there to serve the people, not become a millionaire.
So he complained for weeks about senior staff members letting him get boxed into a further confrontation with Russia. And he expressed frustration that the United States continued to impose sanctions on the country for its malign behavior. But his national security team knew better. Such actions had to be taken to hold Moscow.
You need better
accountable.
news sources, Ryan. He said that's what the National Enquirer says. Sorry. I'm listening, Chris. Go ahead.
This isn't the work of the so-called deep state. It's the work of the steady state. Given the instability many witnessed, there are clear early whispers within the cabinet of invoking the 25th Amendment, which would start a complex process for removing the president. That's impeachment, the 25th Amendment.
Yes.
But no one wanted to precipitate a constitutional crisis, so we will do what we can to steer the administration in the right direction until, one way or another, it's over.
Well, isn't that what advisors are supposed to do? Advise and steer the president into the proper decisions? So is this guy just telling us he's doing his job?
Yeah.
Or is he trying to say, like, I'm manipulating what's happening behind the scenes? Is he? What is he trying to say?
I think there's a lot of that going on. I mean, I think if you look back to the Bush era, like Dick Cheney was probably running that fucking camp a lot more than people. I mean, people kind of knew it. I think George Bush was more of a figurehead, and he obviously wasn't the best speaker, but George Bush
fool me once.
Yeah. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Shame on. Wait, what?
Well, can't get shamed again.
Yeah, you can't
get fooled again.
You can't fool me again.
So obviously he wasn't the best speaker, but I do believe George Bush was patriotic. I do believe he stood up for his country's values. Like, I do believe that, although I think the decisions and the strings being pulled were all a lot of Dick Cheney and the cabinet
I was reading this
right?
article, and towards the end, all of a sudden they start talking about what's his name that just died,
John
McCain.
Yeah,
and they're trying to make like he was like some great American hero. Dude, he killed his own fucking crewman because he threw a temper tantrum on his battleship and shot his fucking bomb off on accident. You heard of that story, right?
Yeah, but you also heard how he was held in Vietnam for like how long?
You know, so what? That's called karma, dude. You killed your fucking teammates.
He has
and then on top of that, when they're putting out the fire, he just goes down into the fucking pilot's lounge and just said, "Oh fuck it, I'm just gonna cruise down here," because he didn't want to wait in line to take off, dude. Like that's not. He wasn't the great American hero as everyone thinks. Big deal. You were held in a prisoner camp. It's part of being a soldier. That's why we don't kneel during the fucking anthem to show you respect. But you're not. He wasn't this big great American hero that everybody was fucking saying. Sorry.
He was in favor of America, that's for sure.
Great, but he was also his daddy was like a high fucking official in the military. Bottom line is, you kill someone because you fuck up on a battleship, you should have been court-martialed. And he didn't get any fucking
Where is that
reformation.
from? Where did you get that from?
I'll send.
I've never heard that before.
I'll Google it and I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I want to see the article because
Okay.
I haven't heard that article.
No,
so I don't know.
It's for real. It's for real. He was in his plane to take off off the aircraft carrier or whatever, and I guess someone was holding up and he got all pissed off and like in a rage he jumps out of his he pops his cockpit open and jumps out or whatever, and when he was jumping out he triggered the bomb and the fucking missile shot and fucking blew up on the fucking aircraft carrier, killed a bunch of people, and fucking the aircraft carrier's on fire. Instead of helping put it out and try to save lives and help people, he just went down to his little pilot's lounge and sat down there and fucking waited for everything to get cleaned up.
Okay, I need to see where you got this
I'll
from.
send it to you.
Definitely need to see where you got this from.
Yes, we're talking about McCain. Let's see. We'll miss some here. If I had as much money as Oprah, you could say I was a battleship for all I care. Okay, rumor has it that Ozzy has been contacted about running. Ozzy Osbourne? But currently he's stuck in a corner and can't get out. We're talking about McCain. Yes, they are. Yeah. So, yeah, you can look that up. Just Google McCain blows up battleship, I guess. I'll find you that article, though. I'll send it to you.
That's crazy. So, basically, the writer goes back to mentioning John McCain and his expectations for the country, obviously, with his passing recently.
Not to mention
his statements.
When he was in the Vietnam camps, his wife that was home waiting for him got in like a tragic car accident and was like quadriplegic when he came back. And when he decided he was going to get into politics, he divorced her because she's not the ideal wife of a politician, and married that fucking candy bar heiress or some kind of heiress. And that's the wife.
Candy bar? What?
I think she was either a candy bar heiress. She's some kind of heiress to like some kind of big company, American company. And
like Mars bars or
I don't know, something like that. I don't
Hershey
know. Maybe it wasn't candy bar. Maybe it was something else. But she was an heir to some kind of American fortune. And that's who he divorced his wife and married her because she was not in a wheelchair. So this guy is not a good dude. He's a kind of a shitbag.
A lot of people respected him, though.
That's great. A lot of people don't know the true story.
I didn't hear it. I didn't even hear that story. So I gotta see that article.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the last sentence. McCain, in his farewell letter, talked about the tribalism trap and the high aim of running through our shared values and the love of the great nation.
A lot of Democrats respect.
I watched the the funeral for him. The Washington funeral.
Okay,
for
did you see? Not to take away from
Bush
McCain.
handing the candy.
No, did you see the Aretha Franklin funeral?
Oh, I heard that was like,
dude.
Yeah,
Bill Gates, or not Bill Gates. Bill Clinton is a fucking creeper, dude. Ariana Grande came out to like sing a song, and he's just behind her like. The whole time there's heftier black ladies singing songs and stuff. He's just sitting back there like this. Whatever it looks like. And that motherfucker's a pervert, dude.
Well, and then there was the priest.
He grabbed her titty.
Grabbed her titty.
He didn't really grab her titty. It was like side boob. But
it was pretty good grasp. Like
she doesn't have big titties.
Like
so if I
toward his last year or so,
he had brain cancer. He probably didn't know what the fuck was going on, dude. Like I wouldn't wish that on anybody, bad guy or not. Like that's a terrible way to go. Aggressive brain cancer.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna give the final paragraph. There is a quiet resistance within the administration of people choosing to put the country first, but the real difference will be made by everyday citizens rising above politics, reaching across the aisle, and resolving to shed the labels in favor of a single one: Americans.
That's what did I just say earlier? Let's shed these labels. Fuck black, white, whatever. Let's just be Americans, dude. Whatever. Let's all work to a common goal. Let's all make it so, dude. If we just put that prejudice aside, put the hate aside. And for the people that really want to make a change and like better their communities, they'll come out. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, hey, trust me, you go to the south side of Chicago and you like, yo, do you guys want to make a change in this area? There's going to be moms and older men that come out and like, dude, we want to change our neighborhood. This place is a shithole. We're sick of living in this. Okay, these are the steps we got to take to do it. People will start doing it. But show them what they need to do. You know, go out there, educate the kids better. Get them some decent teachers in those neighborhoods. You know what I mean? It's all about education. You teach these kids the right way, they're gonna fucking learn. They're gonna learn.
Teachers don't want to teach in that neighborhood.
That make an incentive, dude. You want good teachers in these areas. You gotta fucking. It's dangerous. You're gonna have to pay them.
Yeah.
You're gonna maybe
like almost like a hazard.
You might have to have extra security, escort them to their car. It's dangerous. You know what I mean? It's not racist to say that. These are dangerous neighborhoods. You know what I mean? This is a fact.
Dangerous minds.
People get shot there on a daily basis. You know what I mean? People don't want to teach there. So make incentives. You teach in this area, fuck, the government will pay for half of your house down the street in the suburbs or whatever. You know, they do stuff like that. You can easily do shit like that.
I hear it. Okay, so what do you think about this article?
I'm confused by it, to be honest. Like I'm at one part of me is saying like, dude, this guy is playing a spy role. If he's not a spy, he's playing a spy role and he's manipulating things from the inside, or he's bragging about doing his job. I don't know. See, I don't know what position he holds. So if I knew a position he held, if he's like a senior advisor to the president, dude, you're just telling me that you're doing your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're supposed to tell him like, hey, this is a little crazy. Let's go this route. That's what your job is. You know what I mean? You're to advise him.
Like, what if it was Jeff Sessions saying this shit right now?
It's not Jeff Sessions. He's the FBI director. He's not in these. He's not a senior advisor. He's just an officer of the FBI.
No.
Right?
No.
Or Department of Justice.
Yeah, Department of Justice.
Sorry. They then spend the billions of dollars for building the wall to educate.
Then spend the billions of dollars for building the wall to go to education.
Well, first thing we got to do is stop educating illegal immigrants' kids, so we can put that money to American kids to educate them. Problem is, they're spending it on these kids that are separated from their parents. First of all, we're making billions of dollars. There's going to be more than enough money. I agree with what was it Player One that said it earlier? Legalize marijuana federally. Put all that money into to education, dude. Look at Colorado. Look at Seattle, dude. Their education systems are booming right now. Every classroom has like 20 computers. You know what I mean? Because they have all this extra. It's not hard to run a country when you can make the rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is no longer illegal. Take the prohibition off marijuana. Boom. $1 billion industry on America now. Okay, let's use this money. We need new infrastructures. We need new schools. We need to spark the economy in fucking Detroit. Make Nike build a factory there or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's stuff that can be done. Yeah, of course, but there's stuff to be done. We can't pay these guys 20 cents an hour like you're paying them in Malaysia, but you know what I mean? American car companies have reopened. There's a lot of things that can be done. You know what I mean? But a lot of it has to do, one thing, state by state, they got to start doing things to help their constituents. You know what I mean? More than on a federal level, I think it's more important for the state to get involved. Because the state is more involved with the day-to-day problems. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Versus the federal government coming in. It's better for a state to take it over and try to solve problems. But they need money from the federal. So that's when the federal would have to come in and give funds.
All right, Ryan, have a good night, man. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your peace of mind. Peace out from Iowa.
Right on, man.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Aloha from Hawaii, buddy.
Peace out to all you guys.
You work at Walmart and get paid better
Iowa.
than teachers. That's an issue. That's true.
So is this person just doing their job, or are they, like you
Again,
said,
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
Position of power there.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's just like a fucking, like you said, a page or some shit, then he ain't nobody.
Do you feel like this article
But it says he's like a senior advisor.
Do you feel like they're steering the president in the right direction, or do you think that they're abusing their power?
Well, the way he says it, it seems like he's trying to keep it positive, because he's like, there's a lot of good things, but the stuff that is a little controversial, we try to coerce him into the right decision, which is what the advising board is supposed to do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The cabinet is supposed to say, hey, this is a little crazy. Why don't we look at it this way and try this? And then he's supposed to say, okay, let's look at your proposal, and then we'll compromise in the middle. That's how things get solved.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really, honestly, I don't know what to think about this article, other than the fact that it just justifies Trump, that he's not crazy, that people are doing things behind the scenes without him knowing.
There are a lot of people,
whether it's the left or the right.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the left and the right who, the big thing I was hearing most of all today was
His name was Standards, and he killed him.
The thing I was hearing most about today was that a lot of people felt like this person was a coward, because if they were a real person that should be in charge, they should be the ones not be afraid.
Yeah, then speak out against
identify themselves and to speak out about this.
Again, this could be a PR stunt to try to raise money for that book you're talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get not money, but raise
raise awareness,
marketing or whatever around that new book coming out. But I mean, we won't know until that shit actually comes out who this was. I don't know.
Right.
Again, one, in one aspect, it sounds like this guy's just bragging about doing his job or wanting kudos or whatever. And on the other hand, it sounds like his could be trickling on treason. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know where to stand on this one. Now I'm out with that pic. Oh God. I'm scared to look what that picture is.
So yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of on the same page. I'm like, I kind of think this person shouldn't be hiding behind anonymous alias. If you believe in what you believe in, then just come out
stand
and
up for it. Yeah.
I mean,
if you really think this is that big of an issue, then
that's
be
what
the
James
face.
Comey did. Be
Kaepernick.
Yeah, be Kaepernick. Be James Comey. Be the FBI director who came out and said
Comey's
these
an
are
idiot.
I mean, he is to you, but I mean, like if he's just being truthful in the things he was having conversations about, then
dude, he wasn't doing his job and he got canned and he's pissed off about it.
Right, but is it because he didn't do what Trump said, or because he wasn't serving his country?
Who's the president?
Who was serving his?
Who's the boss? If the boss tells you to do something, you do it, and then if it becomes an issue, Congress or Senate or somebody's gonna make an issue, and then you be like, "Hey, I was just doing what I was told." The boss told me.
The boss is the American people, my friend.
I agree with that as well, but not technically. The boss is president. The American people put him in the position of power. We voted him in.
Right.
That makes us.
We
trickle down are the boss.
We the people.
So I agree.
We decide his fate.
I agree.
He doesn't decide ours.
We decided his fate. We decided he's the president of the United States. Do what the fuck he says.
For now. Right.
Yeah. Your Department of Justice head, you were appointed by him. He's your boss. If he wants you to do something, if he wants you to investigate on something.
If he wants you to stop investigating something.
If he wants you
he wants you to keep you from doing your job so he doesn't get in trouble.
He didn't keep him from doing his job. He kept himself from. He said, "I'm not doing this." He chose not to do his job.
Right. He chose not to let an investigation go.
He chose not to investigate Hillary or finish the investigation, and he chose. I guess he was what he was trying to investigate the Russia collusion deal. We've all everybody's
people are in jail for it right now.
Everybody's come out and said Trump had nothing to do with that.
It had to do with people associated closely with his campaign.
But did Trump have anything to do with that?
It was his lawyer.
Did Trump have anything to do with it?
It was his lawyer and his campaign manager.
Dude, that doesn't matter.
Trump had something to do with it because he talked to these guys on a daily basis.
He didn't tell them to go and do this stuff.
We shall see. We shall see.
If Jeff Sessions did his job and finished investigations, maybe we would see. But he doesn't. That's why he got fired.
Here's the thing. Jeff Sessions was one of the guys he was like the closest with, and like one of the guys he thought was on his side more than anybody.
Banana says make Area 51 open to the public. I'm down for that, dude. I want to know if there's aliens.
But
bro, you know if they
so it's kind of weird.
There's aliens, dude. Religious people's heads would just explode. It blows the Bible right out.
Oh,
of
they're
the
real.
ocean.
They're real. You know the Star Academy, right?
Trump's lawyer isn't in jail for the Russian stuff.
He isn't for Russian stuff, but he is for.
So he's not even in jail for the Russian. Why are you trying to make like he's in jail because of that?
I didn't say for the Russian stuff.
Yeah, you said there's 2 people in jail.
I said he was associated.
You implied
with him. I said he was associated with him, which he was.
See what I'm dealing with here?
Which he was.
See what I'm dealing with?
He was associated with him.
Trying to fucking imply shit that's not true.
He was affiliated with his campaign
what do you report for CNN?
He paid off people with campaign money to hide facts.
Fine, but that had nothing. Trump didn't order it. There's
no
proof.
I didn't say anything about the Russians.
There's no proof that Trump had anything to do with that. And if we're talking about Stormy Daniels, she's a fucking whore. Who cares? She sucks dick from fucking money. We're gonna take her word over shit.
Yeah, but you can't use campaign funds to keep her quiet. If he used his own money, it'd be one thing.
Is it proven he used campaign funds?
The guy admitted to it. That's why he's in jail, and he had tax fraud.
Oh, well, hey, like I said, if you break the law, I'm all for you getting justice served. But
we'll see.
Did Trump?
This is a whole fucking soap opera of a fucking government.
Hey,
dude.
I'm
just telling you, there's
and
a
you
lot
know
of
what?
shit
We'll have
around.
another 4 more years of it after 2020. Yeet, doggy. All right, folks.
Let's close this down.
Yeah.
We want to thank you guys for joining us on Inappropriate Bar Talk tonight. My name's Chris.
I'm fucking Tony.
We're live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Hawaiian time. We're live on Twitter. No, we're not.
No, we're not. Every time.
We're live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook. And we're live on YouTube and on Mixer.
Yeah.
And you can also follow us on Instagram at Inappropriate Bar Talk. You can follow us on Twitter at IBT Podcasts. Follow us if you like the show.
Yeah.
Tony's been doing game streams a lot lately. I'll probably be doing some eventually. Who knows? We're going to be playing some Scum this week. If you guys haven't heard of Scum, We are. Tony's already into it. I'm gonna get into it, and this thing's.
We're gonna go
be a
build
shit.
forts in the woods.
So if Tony's streaming, I might be on with him. If I'm working, then I'm working. But I work at night, so Tony doesn't. So he has a little more time.
I
to
work
do
during
it.
the day.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being part of the conversation. We like all you guys. Thank you for the follows.
Thanks, Sasha.
And the subscriptions tonight. Thank you, Flying Banana, for the follow. Thank you, Krillin in the name of
Yeah, and
the follow. Thank you, Gabriel
Yvonne, Kansas
Kalea.
City, and in Gabriel Kalea.
Yeah. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Yvonne, Kansas City, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. And Von Reaper, thank you for the follow on Twitch this past week while Tony was gaming. We appreciate you there.
We appreciate
And thank you to all our normal people watching with us and all our people that tune in every week, Player One, and all you other great people that are tuning in. Monica, Sasha, thank you for your input. And Lanny and Raph, of course, the homies, the partners in crime.
Yeah.
We want to thank you guys all. But until next week, mahalo. Thanks for watching.
Peace. Aloha.